record. Welcome to Shadow the Broker 104, Fortune Favors the Bold, and this is also May the 4th be with you too. We've been around long enough to actually have a second one. And before I get too far, let's do some quick introductions. And first off, we'll go with our guest, Steve.
So, hey, what's up, guys? What do I say here? Basically, I've been playing and GMing the game for probably, 2.5 years now. Mostly GMing lately. Also involved with the whole Rebels projects. Have you seen that up on the official boards? Oh, character intro. Okay, so my character intro. So my character is a commando soldier, basically melee focused. He's got like a special forces background. Nobody is really sure what kind of special forces. He doesn't really talk about it, but it's pretty clear that he knows what he's doing in terms of stabbing people.
All right, awesome. Next up is Ben.
We can't hear you, Ben.
Oh, well, we'll get back to Ben then. Next up is Jeff.
Why did it happen again? I don't know why.
Alright, so Ben?
Well, we skipped to you, Jeff, so go ahead and then we'll get back to Ben.
Oh, okay. My bad. I am Jeff. I am playing Rock. I am a giant droid with a giant axe and a giant, I don't know, giant.
Okay.
So you're saying he's not a small droid?
Yeah, we could hear you, Ben, so you're up. And can't hear you again. That's weird. All right, we're going to skip over to Leslie.
I'm playing Lee. Lee is an assassin, and he's just getting in touch with his animal connection.
All right, awesome. Next up is Matt.
Hello, I'm playing Nin'pei. He's a gank who is from a cybernetic ninja assassin clan who's looking to rebuild his own clan.
Cool, cool. And Ben, let's see if... Or, well, we'll do Dan.
I'm playing Aiden. He's a Corellian Fringer. He is a pilot and has recently taken over piloting the Sunflare from Jokin, and is just interested in seeing the Empire go down in flames.
Yes. And next up is Ben. Can't hear you, Ben.
Is he playing his new mime character that he created?
Maybe
Well,
a cat can come.
While Ben is working on that, I can introduce his character. His character's name is Gristle, and he is a Shistavanan who has recently been revealed to be a Force user. And he was with the Broker's agents for a year before that fact was actually discovered. And he lost his master, the Jedi known as Vulfith Mon, in a recent episode, partly due to the machinations of a bounty hunter known as Dalen Oberos, who was killed in our big three-parter, gosh, why am I blanking out? Chronicles of the Gatekeeper. So yes, Dalen Oberos is no more. He has been a pain in the side for the group for quite some time, and so yeah, he's no longer around. But that's Gristle, and let's go ahead and get started with obligation, morality, or duty and morality. So here goes. And I also need a GM assistant, so who is volunteering for that?
I can do that, I guess.
All right, awesome. So I'm hoping that those are all set up, actually. I'm not sure.
I assume they were.
Seems like it.
So 52 sales over obligation, I think.
Nope. 52.
That's duty. Sorry, I was looking at. Sorry. Yes, 52 is Nin'pei for obligation.
Okay.
And duty,
And what is
duty
it?
sales over at 99. It
What
is
is Nin'pei's
his
actual obligation?
twins.
It's to the twins because he won the stuffed crate dragon on the
Right,
beach
Biff and
episode.
Boff.
So
Yeah.
Biff and Boff.
Yes,
That could
Biff
totally
and Boff
fit.
Rolly.
That could totally fit into this episode. I don't care what happens.
Absolutely. Yeah. And remember, this is the one where we're going to be adding in story elements with Destiny flips. So I definitely have a core adventure in mind, but a lot of the details will be up to you guys. So
Which roller are we using today?
We always use the yellow one.
yeah, yellow beta roller.
Okay, the beta? Okay.
There may be a weird display error that happens. No, not that. Someone just opened another.
Yeah, I think he just switched to the right one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he never rolled his.
Then-
Okay. I'll add it
I
then,
will
I guess.
give Ben a second to jump back on.
But yeah, the morality, I mean, I guess it would just hit him, right?
Yeah, if it's closer than the balance point.
Yeah.
Okay,
far.
cool. And what is Gristle's morality?
His morality is mercy and naivete.
Okay, good to know. Actually, well, if you can pause recording here, we'll just wait for Ben to get back up. It'd be bad for him to miss all this.
So who's ready to fix some Ronto racing and win buckets full of credits?
I just plan on going invisible and collecting the buckets while everyone else is busy.
Welcome back, Ben.
The moment of truth.
Does it work?
Yes.
Hello? Is it still working?
You may want to just never mute it again from here on out. Doesn't matter what background noise is going on.
No, I can't do that. But
Okay.
I'll just hope it works.
Well, it's working longer than before, so.
Yes.
Will, if you can go ahead and start the recording back up. Oh, okay. I hope all of you guys have watched the crawl. I put the link in the event page earlier today.
Yep.
So, you guys know that Borga is in need of a favor because Borga is a big fan of Ronto racing. It doesn't look like Borga actually has a Ronto racing operation, but there's plenty of betting and gambling and whatnot that Hutt ally of yours is quite fond of. So you get a transmission directly from Borga, but it also includes your employer, the broker. Oh, hello, agents. So good to see you again. And ho, 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 ho. And his fat is rippling. It looks like Borga's been doing really well. Well fed. And the broker, the mechanical, distorted voice comes through. Hello, agents. As always, a pleasure. Yes, so I'm sure that you have received my information regarding suspicious things happening at Tallera Downs on Nubia. I think that they were sabotaged at work, but I have not been able to get to the bottom of it. So I spoke to your employer, who then said, surely you would have the time to take care of this. There will be credits involved.
Of course, Borga. We're more than happy to help you. You've been a wonderful ally to us, and we should do the same.
Borga just nods at that. So what are some questions that you guys have about what's been going on?
So what?
Well,
Oh, sorry.
what is Tallera Downs, and what kind of treachery has been going down there?
Oh, how can you not know of Tallera Downs? It's the largest Ronto racing course in the galaxy.
Oh, I've only been active for maybe like 6 years, and I haven't gotten to many parts of the galaxy.
Oh, terrible oversight of your creators. Well, Ronto
Oh.
Racing is big business, and where there's big business, there are big huts like me involved, as well as Jabba. Ugh.
So, what leads you to suspect the sabotage?
Well, there have been tons of shady things happening. Rontos that get sick, Rontos that have infected toes, hangnails, just random things that happen so that unexpected Rontos win races. However, one thing that I did notice was that there is one anonymous bettor who has won all of these strange occurrences, or has benefited from all of these strange occurrences. Just one. And I aim to find out who that is.
I thought you'd already know. I mean, you are Borga.
You have access to much more of this information than we generally do.
Well, it's an anonymous bettor. I'm not on Nubia. This is something that will take your expertise in discovering.
Excellent. Sounds like fun.
Do you have any leads or contacts there that we could speak to?
I do not, as I always do my betting from afar. However, and the hologram turns to the broker, and the broker speaks up. I actually have a stake in a small Ronto ranch on Nubia. The Rolling Fog Ronto Ranch, to be specific. One of the things about Tallera Downs is most of the winning Rontos are sponsored by very prominent, very large corporations, openly. However, my stake, not that large, and I insisted that the brother and sister team that runs the Rolling Fog keep their name. So it's they've done quite well. They haven't won too many races, but compared to the resources that other Ronto ranch operations have, they've done quite well for themselves. I would say speak to them, and you see information flowing or being uploaded to your data pads on this brother and sister operation. However, this is where you guys come in. You guys get to name the brother and sister, and you get to pick their species. So Nubia is mostly human, but it is a core world and it is cosmopolitan, so other species are definitely a possibility. So let's talk about that. The brother and sister team that run the Rolling Fog Ranch, who are they?
Just how about a basilisk? I don't see too many of them.
Okay, that's a possibility. Anyone else?
Thing like maybe a pair of Zeltronians, because their pheromones would help keep the Rontos happy.
Oh,
And
that's
as
a
well
really
as
good
bring
one.
People to their
Yeah,
as well as bring people to come look at their Rontos.
Zeltron. And also, too, because they're Zeltrons, people might not take them seriously because they just assume they're
That's true.
hedonistic and head in the clouds, but they are actually very serious about Ronto racing. All right, what do you guys think about that?
I like that.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, flip a destiny point, and we've got 2 Zeltrons. All
I
right.
feel like that's the
What are
right
their names?
point to flip.
What's
Zach
that?
and Xandra. Oh,
Zach
that's
and
the right one?
Go with the Z theme.
Yeah.
I like it. Zach and Xandra. Don't worry, you don't have to flip for the names, but Zach and Xandra. Okay. I am going to grab some Zeltron tokens. So let's see what we can find.
Are they twins?
They
Yeah.
can be.
They should be twins. Yeah.
All right, so there goes Xandra, and let's find Zach. Okay, so we've got Zach and Xandra.
It's a fancy looking Ronto farm.
Oh, that's
That's the bar attached to the side of the Ronto farm.
no. This is him at Tallera Downs.
Oh,
so
nice.
Tallera Downs has
Yeah.
casinos and everything right around there. So,
Excellent.
Yep.
all right. Like this already. We get their names in there. So, Zach and Xandra have been working for the broker for quite some time. However, the broker says they don't exactly know that much about me, other than I'm an investor, an anonymous investor. All they know is that I'm from Corfi. I'd like to keep that discretion in place.
No doubt. Rock nods.
However, they would have more information on what's going on with the ranches around them, also what's been going on at Tallera Downs, and hopefully they can clue you in and help point out what's been going on.
Awesome.
And at this, Borga says, once you find the perpetrator, I'd like for the perpetrator to disappear. However you accomplish that is up to you. And the broker just nods at this.
Tommy, we're not saying the brother's name, by the way.
Okay, thanks. How about now?
Much better.
Looks good.
Okay. So, any questions before you guys head for Nubia?
What is a Ronto?
Oh, a Ronto. You've never seen...
I don't
Do you
believe
actually
Rock
not know what
has.
a Ronto is? Or
Rock
is it-
might not. Right, Rock probably doesn't know what a Ronto is.
Okay, but you...
Oh, so is this like a legitimate question from Rock?
This is a legitimate question from Rock.
Oh, okay.
I know what
Um,
Rontos are.
Got it. So you get a download of a very large quadruped with a very long neck, and with their stubby little legs compared to the rest of their body, you wouldn't really suspect that they can move fast, but apparently they really can. And one of the things is that they are native to both Nubia and Tatooine, and it is still a matter of debate on which is actually their original homeworld.
No. Rock is kind of surprised. Like, he's like, they're stubby little legs, yet they move so quick.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Huh. Neat. I can't wait to see one up front and up close and personal.
Yes.
I like this new curious side of Rock that I don't think I've seen much of before.
Oh, I know, right? It's usually just blood, death.
It's like he doubled his int. He's now has a more finer pursuits.
It's incredible. Just a little bit of intelligence.
He
but
upgraded his
hopefully-
processor.
Yeah, hopefully this won't be like Flowers for Algernon when it's all taken away.
No, he's running on an Intel Pentium dual core. He's great.
All right, so without further ado, let's move to Nubia. So one thing that you guys know is that Nubia is in the core. It's in the Corellian sector. There is an Imperial presence. Do you think that would actually be an issue at all?
As in, like, would it be an issue for the heroes at large or for any of us individually?
For either or. In other words, remember, some of these details are up to you guys. So it doesn't have to be.
I mean, maybe there just could be a small contingent there.
Well, I mean, no. If it's a core world, there probably is a decently sized presence, and there's Imperial Customs is definitely there.
I just meant at the Downs in particular.
Oh, at the Downs, or just?
No, just
Nubia?
in other words, because it is in the Corellian sector, there is, you know, that there's at least one Imperial Star Destroyer that is parked above Nubia, but
Yeah.
it's not really close to any front, and it's not like it's
It's on guard detail.
yeah. So
Yeah, so they're not so much looking for trouble or anything. They're just there.
yeah. In other words,
As
out of
present.
character, you guys can make this a detail if you want to explore any stuff with the Imperials, or you can just skip that completely, is what I'm saying.
I wouldn't mind them being a small contingent in the Downs, like just kind of as a background presence that might cause a complication later?
Sure.
Yeah.
What I'm saying right now is,
Yeah.
do you guys deal with customs going to Nubia or not?
Probably not. I mean, it is
Okay.
for it being such a heavily trafficked planet for being a core world, they probably don't have just the manpower to run a customs operation unless they had a much larger contingency there. I imagine the Imperials there are just kind of like on the cushy details. So they're like well, not really senators' sons, but like senators' sons and like old like semi-retired military types who are like in command there. So it's like they're just sort of working till
It's a
retirement.
business as usual planet.
Yeah.
Exactly. So as you guys can see, as you head towards Nubia, you don't have to worry about using astrogation to get there. It's on major hyper. Well, it's the Corellian system, so.
Yeah, on the Corellian spine.
Yeah, and so there is some information that is on your data pad. So take a moment just to read about that.
So it's mostly rural.
Oh, and actually for the benefit of people who don't actually watch but just listen, I'll just read this out really quickly. Nubia is a small temperate world located in the Nubis system on the outer edge of the core worlds. It's the headquarters of Nubian Star Drives Incorporated, developers of parts for starships. Although not heavily urbanized and with a relatively rural landscape and economic backbone by the standards of the heavily developed core worlds, Nubia has always been considered a deserving member of the title of core world and all its associated connotations. It's viewed as a planet whose population appreciates great beauty, as symbolized by their graceful starships, and a close relationship with the natural environment of their world, as well as enjoying the cosmopolitan lifestyle and pursuits of their counterparts on planets such as Coruscant and Kuat. It's unclear whether Nubia or Tatooine is the original homeworld of the Ronto. So as you go down through the clouds, you head straight for, well actually you tell me, there is the capital, you also have Tallera Downs, and then you also have the Rolling Fog Ronto Ranch.
I mean, we don't really have much of a reason to head to anywhere before the ranch, do we?
Not really, not unless we wanted to kind of like head to Tallera Downs and get kind of a feel for the area and ask a few questions and see or put a few danglers out there and see if we get any bites.
Well,
with regards to our anonymous bettor.
What did Borga actually know about this anonymous bettor? Like,
Nothing.
Yeah, the only thing was that he was able to track, he or she actually, I should say she rather, she was able to track that there was one person who benefited for every crazy mishap that had occurred in every long shot victory. But that's all that she knows.
I'm going to call it right now. My bet's on it's the broker.
Oh, I guess all we have to do is, well, yeah, I mean, to formulate a strategy, basically we just have to find, I guess, some kind of pattern in whoever this person's been betting against or for, if we can, and then use that to narrow down a list of people to watch over for, like, potential sabotage and things like that. Because otherwise, just wide searching for anyone doing anything suspicious might be a little...
Yeah, so if we head to the ranch first, we can get some stuff to narrow down our search at the actual downs, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good spot.
Okay. All right, so you bypass the capital.
Well, for now, like we can always, head there later.
Yeah, of course. So you're bypassing it now, and you're heading to the Rolling Fog Ronto Ranch. So you reach the ranch, and it's a modest operation. You see a couple of Rontos out and about, feeding on the long grass, and you see Xandra and Zach. Well, you see two Zeltrons, and you pretty much assume that it's the two. And they kind of look up and see this ship coming through, and they both look really surprised. It looks like maybe the broker didn't quite tell them yet, or maybe they haven't been checking their datapad messages.
Well, the broker probably didn't tell them anything.
It's not her style.
Yeah, you land, and these two Zeltrons say, can we help you? And they've got very tense looks on their faces.
Rock will be first out and be like, yes, you can. I've never seen a Ronto in person. Could you show me one?
Aiden will be right behind him. Like, let's introduce ourselves first. We represent your benefactor from Corfi. And we're here about the some strange goings on in the races.
Oh yeah, that too.
So at this point, Xandra looks at Zach and is like, have you received any messages from her? And he's like, no. And so he's looking at you all very suspiciously. So it looks like we're gonna have to have a social check of some sort to kind of. They look scared actually right now.
Huh? Oh wait, I forgot about Rock's appearance. Yeah, I would be scared.
Do we have any kind of anything on us that we could use to prove that without, identifying anything important?
Yeah, I've got my broker. I've got my broker's ID card right here. It's a little tattered thing that's like cut out the back of a cereal box. I'm officially a broker's agent.
Do you have a decoder ring?
Yes.
Any other options?
Well, Rock's kinda. Well, I don't know. Does anyone else want to say? Because Rock, the only applicable social skill Rock has here is leadership, and that'd be kind of a stretch for him.
The only thing Nin'pei has that's not poisoned is the Rancor.
I think, doesn't Gristle have really good charm or something?
Oh yeah, I mean I could do it. I just don't know how exactly we would go about this subject if the broker hasn't bothered at all to tell these people what we're doing.
Well, I mean, also don't assume that the broker. Well, I'm not gonna say much, but you shouldn't assume that the broker didn't tell them on purpose. There's a lot that you guys don't know about what's going on here.
That's true. Wait, we got their information on a data pad with something from with some information that we can there's a sender and then a receiver, like an email kind of thing with their information where to find them and stuff like that. So does that have a broker heading this is?
Well, remember the broker already told you that they don't know.
They don't know.
Yeah, he didn't really. Or she didn't really identify herself at all to them, just an anonymous.
This is anonymous investor.
Yeah.
So they look scared. Remember, you guys have heard that things have been happening to Rontos, and so.
It's Aiden will kind of walk forward, kind of hands out, in kind of a. Reassuring, you have nothing to fear from us. I mean, you feel free to search us. We don't have anything that we could use to harm your Rontos. We can leave our weapons on the ship.
So at this point, Xandra and Zach say, well, we're not worried about guns, we're worried about poison. So
I should just stay on the ship.
Yes, leave that behind, please.
So if you're willing to be subjected to a search, then by all means. And she whistles and some ranch hands start to come over.
Rock will he'll take Gorhal off his back and just kind of plant it in the ground next to him, and he'll submit himself to a search. He doesn't care.
Yeah, Aiden will as well.
All right, so yeah, I don't want to lead you guys too much. So what are some of the things that maybe you talk to them about, or how do you think you'll get them to just trust you guys more in terms of?
Well, Rock is kind of really excited about Rontos. He's like, I only heard about them a day ago, and they're huge, and they have stubby little legs, and they look adorable, and I kind of want to see one. And if I could I pet one, maybe ride one? They look so adorable.
There's this murder bot talking about how Rontos are adorable.
Well, they don't know he's a murder bot.
Yeah, but doesn't he look like a murder bot?
Not really. He looks imposing, but I mean, he's kind of acting. He's got this 6-year-old on Christmas morning kind of thing where he wants to see the doggy and pet the doggy and ride the doggy kind of mentality.
So at this point, Xandra says, "Look, we've been having lots of strange things happening to not just us but other ranches, and we have you, complete strangers, just showing up. I hope you understand, but we really can't let you. I mean, and Zach's kind of biting his lip, and he says,
When she meant?
"What was that?"
Well, oh no, go ahead. Rock's just gonna. I'll say something, but after Zach finishes.
So, and then Zach turns to his sister and was like, Xander, something's going on with our communications. We've got tons of blank spots. And he looks at you guys very suspiciously.
Aiden will attempt to call out and see if he's jammed as well.
You are not jammed, but... Well, actually,
Or
you
similar.
guys will need to give me a... you'll need to give me a hard computers check.
Ooh, that is not Aiden's forte.
The group can. I mean, you can
Okay.
pull with the group.
Who's good at that here?
Oh, man. None of us?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
Rock
have
has
two yellow and a green.
That
Oh, that's
might
probably
be
the
our
best.
shot.
And I can also plug up to the communications of the ship too.
Rock will give you unskilled assistance because
No one here has skilled assistance for that.
Yeah.
So what's going on with the communications?
We're just checking to see if there's any, if we're also seeing these blank spots.
Okay. So what will the difficulty be?
It's hard.
It's hard.
Okay.
Whew,
Oh, wow. Okay.
nice.
Before we get to the triumph, what do you think that threat would be?
Maybe there's some. My cybernetic implant for my computer one got damaged in the last mission I was on, so it could be some tremendous feedback.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I know what that threat's going to be for. I'll mark this down for myself. But however, you actually detect there is some sort of interference, and it's not. And because you had a triumph, it's not constant. It's only intermittent, and you just happen to check right as it was interfering. And so you can follow it to the source. However, it's like on the ranch itself.
So, I guess can we all see this output here that Nin'pei found here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So,
But you'll
Yeah.
still need to figure out a way to get onto the ranch with this information. So
Can
what
we
do you
sh-
say?
can we show them this? Like, look, we found the source of this. I mean, you can choose to believe us or not, but he's saying there's blank spots in your communications, and we found the source of this. We can
Okay.
track it.
So we'll still need a social check, but you guys will definitely, I'll say, an upgrade and a boost to it.
Okay.
So okay. So with this information in hand, Rock will kind of step up and go. These Rontos, they're your livelihood. They're everything that you have here. We regardless if you trust us now or not, we're going to help you find out what's going on here. And right now, tracking down the source of that interference is the best thing we can do because it's the only lead we have. So we can discuss issues of trust later, but right now we need to keep your Rontos safe. And Rock's going to try to use leadership.
Okay. So, let's see. I will say that it'll be 3 reds, but you do get the upgrade and a boost.
Okay. Alright, yeah. So I'll roll it the way it is.
Okay. They see the information, and Xander says, "See, I told you. I knew something was going on." And Zach's like, "Oh, geez. Oh, okay. Who do you work for again?"
You're an investor on Corfi. But that later, protecting your Rontos comes first. And Rock's
With that
gonna
many
grab
advantages-
Borhowlin.
Yeah, they accept that. So You're led onto the ranch, and you're quickly able to find, and it's actually a little transmission unit that was placed under, like, maybe two feet of dirt. So no one ever noticed it, but it looks like it's been monitoring their transmissions as well as interfering with incoming transmissions.
So Rock's gonna head straight for whatever barn they used to house the Rontos, or where they're being kept now.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can see the Rontos all around you. I mean, they're in the fields, just eating.
Okay.
So the two just say,
Rock would still probably want to go check out.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is.
Well, he's
Go check out the barn, because if anyone is going to sabotage Rontos, it'd probably be where they sleep.
While he's doing that, I can ask them basically. So, who can you think of anyone who would have motive to do this?
Well, our competition, however, everyone's been hit recently. So Xandra goes over to her data pad, and she types some things in, and a list pops up. And so on the list, she says, these are the 5 other prominent operations. These are our biggest competition. They have made their way to the Tallera Open, just like we have. However, all 6 of us have had things happen, so I'm not sure. And so the names are, give me 1 second while I pull that up.
We can throw them in a handout, maybe.
Sure, I'll add a handout. Okay. There is now a handout for Rontos.
So you say all of these have been hit. Have any of them seemed disproportionately less affected? Or do they all seem pretty evenly impacted?
I mean, pretty evenly. And it hasn't all been at once. It's just that all of us have had our best Rontos either get sick or just suffer from some sort of mishap, or just our riders. I mean, it's just been random, but all of them, we keep tracking our competition, and no one's really escaped from this.
And has anyone seen anything suspicious before it happened, like, or picked up on anything, or has it all just been you just noticed the effects and that was it?
Just noticed the effects.
Okay. No, we heard that one person in particular, an anonymous bettor, has been kind of raking in winnings over this. Do you have any information at all on who that might be?
No. Sorry, but I mean, geez. I mean, they have to be really ballsy to do that, because there are some big players. Us, yeah, they don't have to worry about us so much, but come on. Messing with Borga the Hutt's Stomper? Oh, geez.
I mean, there are some big names on this list, that's for sure.
Can Aura ask, so one of them mentioned something about poison, and they wanted to check us for poison. Is that something they know has been used against the Rontos, or just kind of speculation based on them being sick?
Oh, yeah, you know, that's a good question. So she says, we can't prove it. We can't. You know, whatever may have caused our Rontos to get sick, it was undetectable by the time we found out what was going on, but we run a smooth, clean operation here. We may be small, but we know what we're doing. And when our Rontos get sick, it was like nothing we've seen before. I'm positive that our Rontos were poisoned. And Zach, he's nodding at that.
So what kind of security do you have to kind of guard against this thing? I mean, are they all, you got cameras or anything up on the ranch to look for suspicious individuals?
Well, we do, but now looking at this thing, and so as you notice that this thing was also interfering with their camera feeds.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interfering, like blanking them out, or just okay.
They just saw that the cameras were just not working because of electrical storms and things like that. But since you guys found this, there is somebody doing something.
We might need to contact some of the other housing of the Rontos from other groups and see if they have had any technical difficulties.
We would want to know, like, how long has it been since they were sick?
Our Rontos got sick about a month ago.
So did you
I mean,
do
it's
any?
been fine since then, but as you can imagine, with other Rontos getting sick around, I mean, we've been really paranoid.
So did you do any testing on them to see what kind of poison?
Well, that's the
they
thing. When we did testing, there was nothing detectable. They were just sick.
Was your Ronto the first one that was affected, or
No, ours was
whose was the first?
probably the third. And she kind of looks over her notes. Belladonna, I believe, the corporate sector authorities, Ronto.
Do you think someone could?
Or actually, Belladonna wasn't affected, but was another Ronto of the corporate sector authority.
That may have been a first attempt, and possibly a target they were more interested in. Maybe had a more personal reason for taking out.
So
Do you know who would have a grudge against them?
We're all really competitive, honestly. You know, it even could be one of those that was affected, and they just did one of their own Rontos in to throw off suspicion. Like, we really can't tell. I mean, the only thing that we're certain of is that we didn't harm our own Rontos.
We believe you. That's for sure.
So, about a month ago, your Rontos were poisoned. Is poisoning the only thing that's happened to the ones on your farm? On your ranch?
The only thing that's happened to us. Other ranches have had mishaps where their jockeys have gone missing, or their jockeys just got so drunk they had to use an alternate, and that Ronto lost.
And when about did the other forms of a disruption occur around the same time? Were all the poisonings around the same time, and then everything else was also?
No, the poisonings weren't at the same time, and the mishap with the jockey that happened to Jabba's ranch actually. So
that may have ended very unfortunately for the jockey.
And these 6 ranches, are they the only contributors to the races around here? Are there any?
No, not at all. But those 6 are the biggest, and we are the ones who qualified for the Tallera Open that is taking place in a few days.
So just you 6 were the only ones who qualified.
Yeah.
One last question from me, at least. Were any of the Rontos for any of the groups poisoned recently, possibly in the last few days?
No.
Okay.
But one thing about poison is that it stays in the system, especially in the hair. So if these things are hairy, maybe we can take some of their hair and test them and see what kind of poison it is.
Okay.
Which was most recent?
Oh gosh. The most recent one would have been, and I actually have to look at the handout myself. The most recent would be Statesman, the Ronto of Nubia Star Drives. He wasn't poisoned, but the herd was. Statesman actually was. He was unaffected, but several of his herd mates were, and that was most recently. That was about 2 weeks ago.
What was the odds for your Ronto when it was poisoned?
Our odds have always hovered around 6 to 1. We do have the lowest. Well, it's believed that True Grit has the lowest chance of winning, so we're 6-1. The two highest are Belladonna and Blur. Their odds are 2-1.
I think that's it from me.
Yeah, Lee would just want to take some hair samples, and maybe Gristle can run a
Okay. Of their Rontos right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
can't
that's a
hurt.
good
Yeah,
idea.
which ones were the most badly poisoned?
Oh yeah. So Zach and Xandra show you the ones that were the worst off, and you can tell their skin's still a little bit mottled. They're better, but you can tell that they did not have a good time of it, and they were actually quarantined just in case it was not poison.
So is True Grit the
rest.
one that's in the big race? Was that one affected or not yet?
True Grit was not affected.
Okay. Maybe we should check that one out too, just see if there's anything suspicious or any symptoms.
Yeah, sure. All right, so you've got True Grit, and you've got 3 Rontos that were the worst off from the alleged poisoning. So, to detect for poison, or traces of poison, I'm going to say that, especially because it's been such a long time, it's going to be a daunting check, and it's going to have 2 setbacks. The hair samples.
So it'd be a medical check, I assume.
Mhm.
From Gristle.
Okay. All right. He's Master Doctor. I'll take assistance from Lee, I guess. 'cause
And
he's the one
you
that's-
can use an antidote set, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's going to be, just giving Sue talking, trying to make a connection. Just
And
keep
I will
him calm.
upgrade that check. Boop.
Yeah, since Lee has all the poison expertise, well, him and Nin'pei, I assume.
Mm. So the
You know,
antidote set-
actually, if Nin'pei, I'll say that because Nin'pei also works a lot with poisons, both Lee and Nin'pei can give you unskilled assistance, so you'll get 2 boosts.
Okay. And then the antidote set works as normal, where it reduces it by 2.
I would say it reduces it by 1, just because it's been such a long time. You're not actually working with a direct poison, but it's got enough readouts and information on poisons in general that would help with this check.
Yeah, because he's not trying to cure the poison, he's trying to identify it.
Right.
At this point, the poison's run its course.
All right.
Okay. So with that many advantages, you don't think they were poisoned.
What do I think happened to them?
They got sick.
Well, it definitely wasn't poison. It was some kind of so what am I seeing exactly? What can I tell from this?
Yeah,
Just that it was a disease, or?
Like tampered
virus or something?
Yeah, it looks like it was just a bacterial infection. And once again, with the advantages, it's just a bacteria that is common to Nubia, and doesn't usually affect herd animals unless they're under a lot of stress. And maybe these were just a little bit stressed and they got sick, but yeah, it doesn't look like it was poison. You don't see any traces of any known poison in them.
Being in espionage, I'll point out one of our main tactics was making them be sick by viruses and known bacteria that's untraceable.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's also a possibility, but another thing that you know from the advantages is that it's not something from off-world. It's actually just a common bacteria that is present all over Nubia.
That's odd. But still, I think the strangest thing is that, although there's been a lot of complaints about this, now that we know it isn't poisoning, but this, I guess, purposeful diseasening, infection, I guess. The weirdest thing is that, from what we've heard so far, not a lot of the big Rontos were even affected by it.
Right.
You'd think they would be more stressed because they're, in the high tension races, where they're being pushed the hardest.
Right. Yeah, none of the highest ones were affected.
It
But
could be
once
that
again,
they're-
though,
Go.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna add that the fact that they're being worked so hard could make them fight off the bacteria a lot easier than the more
Who knows? It's
stagnant
just-
Rontos.
It has been really strange, though, that, for instance, Belladonna had a winning streak that ended just on a fluke. Just on a fluke. So there are
When-
lots of just things
when
that
did the-
aren't
when did the
really
winning streak
adding
end?
up. What was that?
When did her winning streak end?
A few weeks back.
2 weeks ago. So has this disease then even affected anyone in terms of their top Ronto's performances at all?
Not their top Ronto's performances, but it has affected some of the second tier ones. But yeah, none of the top tier Rontos were affected.
But it also sounded like some of the other Rontos had different symptoms. I mean, you mentioned like hangnails or sore toes or whatever. So maybe not all of them are getting this bacterial thing. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we probably got to check
So
out some other
actually-
places.
Xandra and Zach both say, you know, especially with finding this, and she turns to the little transmission signal interrupter, you know, something is going on. But at the same time, there are lots of random things that, until you told us that there was one anonymous bettor that was, you know, benefiting from all these, I just thought that, I mean, I was paranoid, but a part of me thought that maybe this is all just a coincidence as well. And Zach says, come on, it's not a coincidence. Like, somebody's up to something.
I mean, the that device there proves that someone's up to something, but the question is how they're going about it.
Right. And that's the strangest thing, and that's what Zach says, how they're going about it, because, you know, things that shouldn't even be connected, where, you know, how is this, whoever is benefiting from all these, how did he know that a jockey would be late or got drunk, or, you know, did they get that jockey drunk? You know, what about, you know, and he's going through and he's like, you know, this person or whoever is behind this, they're really good. I mean, to be able to just screw around with so many big ranches in different ways, I mean, just the sheer number, I mean, it has to be multiple people.
Most likely. So the only people who've really been affected is the galaxy's Ronto industry basically based on this planet.
The biggest, yes.
So everything that this case is concerned so far, everything has taken place here.
Yes.
Like, this is basically the Indy 500 of Ronto races.
Is
Yep.
With a triple
Nin'pei
crown.
would like to ask if there's any groups that may be against the Ronto racing for like animal cruelty or any type of agendas like that.
I mean, we do have some fringe groups, but I mean, Ronto racing's so popular here. I mean, you know, I don't think that they would be involved, especially because they don't have a lot of backing. And like I said, they'd have to be really, really stupid to take on some of the other Ronto ranches.
Or maybe not. I mean, they seem to be doing well. They seem to be getting away with it for the most part.
But Zach says, well, all I can say is that if it's an anonymous bettor, surely there's some way that you can find out, you know, find a connection. You know, maybe head to Tallera Downs and, you know, and he kind of gets a little sheepish look, but, you know, he says, I mean, you guys kind of look like the types that wouldn't really mind hacking into a system or two, right?
Oh, we're not.
I mean, we have some friends that are, but
So, yeah, if there's an anonymous bettor, then maybe you can track and find the patterns, and who knows? I mean, they've got cameras all over the place at Tallera Downs. You know, whoever won, maybe there's some camera footage of this person or persons.
One
Is
last thing, has there been any offers made to purchase any of the Rontos or sick ones from any of the places?
No, and that's the weirdest thing because I was thinking the same thing, Zach says, and Xander nods. No offers.
That's probably ruled out once everyone got hit anyway.
Well, I was thinking that maybe they were getting sick, the person has taken the bets, and then might be driving the prices down by making them sick. But, yeah.
You'd think, but no, none of that.
Is the betting office also at Tallera Downs?
Yes.
Okay. Well, guys, I guess, do we want to head there now, or do we want to check out some of the other competitors?
Well, when's the next race?
In 4 days.
4 days.
So we have time.
When was the last one?
Last week.
Last week.
It was a qualifiers, and that's how all six of us qualify in a field of 18.
So I got one more idea before we leave here. Since we found the jamming device, if whoever's behind this comes along, maybe we capture them on camera.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, now their cameras are working, so.
You said this was intercepting their messages, right? Can we see? Was it retransmitting them, or just kind of?
Yeah, it was retransmitting them. Yeah.
Can we trace where to? In any way?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, let's see. That would actually take a second computer's check. So.
Help us, Nin'pei. You're our only hope.
Yeah. So I'll say that it's the same difficulty, but it's going to be 2 setbacks onto that.
Okay. Alright, I'll help you with foreign.
Probably should have done that last time.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter. Actually, well, this could be very useful, so I'll stim myself, so I'll help you with 5.
Okay. Yeah. So you are able to trace the transmission.
That was
Yeah.
just it.
Oh.
We got it though.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you were able to trace the signal back, and as it's triangulated on your data pads, the signal is going back to the ranch that Jabba the Hutt operates.
Interesting.
That seems too easy.
It might be bouncing from relay to relay.
It's true.
Well, we won't know till we get there.
When Rock gets to the barn, he'd search it fairly thoroughly, or wherever the Rontos stay. If anyone's there, like.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a hard vigilance or perception check. Well, actually, this is active, so do perception.
Okay. So Rock's perception is garbage, I'm certain. Yep, his perception is pretty lackluster, so I'm going to see what I can do.
I'll flip that.
Okay. Nope.
Alright, you do not notice anything.
Okay. So Rock feels like he's done a decent job. Then he'll sort of trek back. Once Rock feels he's done a decent enough job, he'll trek his way back to where everyone is and say he couldn't find anything in the barn.
For those 3 threats, there's a Ronto that was heading back to the barn, and you scare it. And as you're trying to be like, oh, you're so cute, it runs off and scares a bunch of them, and they all look at you, and they're all scared, so they all run away from you.
Oh, Rock is heartbroken.
Rock, you may want to get a different chassis for when you're interacting with animals you find cute.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
All right, so do you guys want to head to Jabba's operation, or do you want to head to Tallera Downs?
It makes sense to head to Jabba's then, because follow the breadcrumbs.
Think about that, though.
Oh, well, yeah, it's Jabba's thing.
Should we scope out Jabba's at least?
Nin'pei's more of a fan of getting more information, because if we're going to come at something with Jabba, we need to have something to back it up.
Yeah, we best come correct.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I mean, we could always approach him and saying, hey, we could always approach them by saying, hey, we were, brought in as like independent investigators trying to figure out what's been going on to the other Rontos.
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
forge some false credentials, if anyone can do that.
My
Or we
thing
could check with
is-
the Downs first and maybe just get permission to do it.
My thing is showing,
Oh yeah, that's not
and our only evidence is a device that we trace the signal to there, which means it's like, if they have a device too, then we're the only ones around that know about it, and they've never met us before.
Okay. I see your
It
point.
makes us in the crosshairs.
Well, do they know, Zandra and Zach know anything about like their operation? Like, do they have how much security is? It seems like this place isn't real tight security. It's just these two guys and some farmhands. What's Jabba's like? Maybe we could like sneak in or.
Much bigger.
It is owned by
Okay.
Java. So
Okay.
It is owned by Jabba. So,
Okay.
real rough and tumble types. And
lots of Gamorreans.
lots of Gamorreans, and yeah. Like, the only place that has probably tighter security is the corporate sector authorities, Ronto Ranch.
So the approach we used here probably won't work over there. Just
No.
landing there and being like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, they shake their heads.
Yeah. So I like Aiden's plan. Go visit the Tallera Downs.
Tallera
See if we
Downs.
or Tallera Downs, that's it. And see if we can get some official clearance to investigate this as a neutral party, to try and figure out what's been going on. So that way
Oh,
we
small
have-
note. Renzi
What's on your-
Tosh's ship is Tallera Sky. It's named after this place.
Oh, neat.
All right, so let's head to Tallera Downs, and at this point, Zach and Zandra wave goodbye and thank you for the help. But they're also kind of perplexed, like, I could have sworn poison. I mean, that was just the most obvious thing. And yeah, just the fact that it was just a bacterial infection really surprised them.
Just hear them whispering as the radio wipe happens for the screen.
Right. All right, so you head to Tallera Downs, and there's pretty tight security, so you are not going to be able to bring in any weapons larger than a blaster pistol.
Cool. Rock
If
doesn't
you
have
so
any yet.
choose. I mean,
Luckily, that's all Aiden has. Weapons smaller than a blaster pistol. Or a blaster pistol.
Rock will leave Gorhal on the ship.
okay.
Vibro knives are smaller than a blaster pistol, right?
Yeah, they don't really care about melee weapons so much. Unless it's a vibro axe.
My sword folds up into a small blaster.
That's pretty amazing for a sword for it to fold up into a fully functioning blaster pistol.
No, I meant the size. Sorry.
Yeah. I know, I was just being silly.
Yeah, they're, Gorhal is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
They are, well, actually, you guys can be searched, or you can flip a destiny point and say that you're not.
And Aiden
I'm-
doesn't care if he searched at least.
I don't think most of us
Rock cares.
are worried too much. Okay, maybe Rock is.
Yeah.
Lee has the 38, so.
The Sunflare is in a very secure spot. Like, well, actually, before we jettison off, or before we leave, Rock's gonna look at Aiden and say, "Hey, Aiden, do you have any like real secret, real special places that like are really hard to find on the ship?"
I mean, to be fair, I've only had the ship for a little while now.
Like, did Jokin tell you where he like, I don't know, hid his favorite snacks or something?
He gave me the manual. That's about it. But he also removed a lot of his custom stuff for disabled when he left.
Damn. And Rock's gonna be really candy. He's gonna be like, I kind of don't want to walk into a place like this with these, and he's gonna open his the hidden compartments in his arms, and reveal his lightsabers.
Do we have some kind of strong box on the ship that we can put that in?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So Rock will deposit them there, and Rock's going to be searched. That's just kind of the nature of what he is.
I'll leave my bow on the ship, I guess.
Okay.
Would they
Yeah,
let
that is bigger than a blaster pistol.
I'm wanting to stealth in though because everything I own is illegal.
Well, Rock is literally a walking, talking, illegal thing.
Okay.
So don't worry, Rock's gonna be the big lightning rod of hate for this.
Would they let the Model 38 on there, or is it?
Just to move some things along, just because we do have less time than normal.
Testing.
Is
Can I
anyone trying to get anything
Testing.
bigger than a blaster pistol or anything
Testing.
restricted like a
Can you hear me?
lightsaber?
I can hear you,
I
Leslie.
We can hear you. Yeah.
It's asking about the Model 38. Is that something that they would not allow?
You have to describe. I don't know what the Model 38 is.
It's, a slug thrower, probably long.
Is it bigger than a blaster pistol?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Anything bigger than a blaster pistol, they're not
Yeah.
going to allow.
That's like one of the longest rifles in the game.
Yeah, so you either have to leave it or try to sneak it in.
I'll just leave it.
Okay. Gristle, are you going to try to sneak a lightsaber in?
Sure.
Okay. So, all right, it looks like they're going to be searching Gristle. So, got a couple of guards. It's about 6 at the front, and they're checking people as they're going through. They're using a combination of visual and scanners. So, they've got some pretty good. Yeah, it's.
Do they get a setback because Rock is distracting them with his large and in the wayness?
Okay.
And the fact
Yeah.
that, yeah,
So we'll call that a boost, though. You'll be rolling against their perception. So
Oh, okay.
it's going to be 3 reds and a purple.
3 reds and a purple. What am I rolling against it?
Yeah, you're going to use your skullduggery or stealth. So
Skullduggery or stealth. Okay.
could you possibly use misdirect?
I could for like distracting the people or keeping it out of the people's eyes.
Wouldn't fool the scanner though, I would think.
Yeah. But so for like the shadow sheath, could I then like basically just increase? Oh well, it's reduced. No, it's increased the difficulty for someone to see it. So, but I just increase my pool then. Basically?
sure, yeah,
Okay.
give yourself an upgrade.
Well, it'd be actually increase. That's how that works.
Or yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So then, and then I get like a thing for rock helping, and then my stealth stuff. Oh yeah. Since this, yeah, I'm gonna use Master of Shadows as well because this is one of those checks.
Now we'll upgrade. So 4 reds.
Well, not anymore, but yeah.
Not anymore.
There you go.
It started as.
Okay, yeah, you go right in. They don't even notice. So you guys are within Tallera Downs. Nin'pei, you said that you wanted to kind of stealth around, though? Matt?
Yeah, I have too much illegal stuff on me.
Okay. Yeah, so tell me how you're going to get in then, because obviously you wouldn't be able to get in through the front door because they're scanning everything. So describe how you're getting in there.
What kind of scanners do they have?
Well, just electronic scanners.
Like hand scanners, probably.
Hand scanners, yeah.
Okay, so probably just stealth. And is there any like barriers I could just athletics over? Or
Yeah, sure.
so I'll turn my mimetic optical camouflage suit on and just climb over somewhere.
Okay. Give me a choose your own difficulty athletics check.
Okay.
In other words, the harder you make the athletics check, the easier the stealth check will be.
And check my athletics.
Whew.
Okay. So hard was actually kind of the baseline. So it's going to be, if you went daunting, I would have made the stealth average. But since it was hard, it'll be a hard stealth check. I will upgrade that check once, though.
Okay.
But you're pretty stealthy, so that's probably not going to be an issue. Yeah, not an issue at all. So, okay, you are inside and you're stealthed, and you guys are also inside. There are just some smaller Ronto races that are happening right at this moment. Nothing really big, but regardless, it is a pretty busy place. And what are you guys trying to do while you're here?
So first, we need to get through some, I guess, some betting registries or something, and then we also need to, I guess, well, we could use that information then to have a look through security systems and stuff like that.
Sure. So you can see the registration office. It's in full view.
So Aiden will walk over basically and say, "We're looking to talk with the person in charge of this establishment."
What's your reason?
Can we show him the device we found? So we think people may be tampering with the races, and we want to get to the bottom of this.
Okay, roll a force die. Okay. So he goes, "Oh dear, what? Hold for a moment, let me get my manager." And a very stern, older human woman walks up and says, "I hear that you are investigating possible race fixing, tampering. What's going on here?"
Yep. We found this this interceptor device on one of the ranches, and this is we found.
You do realize that all of the ranches like to keep tabs on their competitors.
That's true.
There's a difference between keeping tabs and blocking all of their communications.
Oh, it blocked all their communications.
And rerouted it somewhere.
Well, of course it has to reroute. I mean, she just...
No.
She starts laughing. She says, "Wow, you're new to Nubia, aren't you? I mean, this is Ronto racing. It's a big deal. Of course there are things going on, but what does this have to do with the registry?"
So we've heard that a particular bettor has been pushing the limits of luck, shall we say, and has been making out head and shoulders above the competition, and basically there have been a lot of mishaps to all of the competitors, from what we hear, that have been very convenient for this one individual. We just want to get to the bottom of it.
All right, looks like it's going to be a social check of some kind for her to release or to give you guys access to this stuff.
Would Gristle have anything to add?
Yeah. I find it very odd that you're so nonchalant when your industry is suffering from something that is quite blatantly a cut above the disruption you've experienced in the past.
And she raises an eyebrow and says, "Industry? Our industry hasn't been affected. There's always a winner at Tallera Downs."
That might be true, but if the winner is the same person over and over again, then I think other people may be less inclined to participate.
It's one, but you said it was one anonymous bettor out. Do you have any idea how many people actually bet on these races? We're still making profits, and she's actually just being really just. You can tell she's probably seen it all with that weathered face of hers, and she just says, if it's one bettor, I mean, then maybe they just got lucky.
All right, so maybe we try a different approach.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is that's not mutually exclusive with him charming her to get more information.
Okay.
I'm just saying that sort of angle isn't moving her, but if you can find some way to, charm her.
I think he's saying we should roll now. I think that's what he's saying.
No, I'm saying like that angle isn't working.
Yeah.
But another sort of angle might.
Does anybody tell you you had nice eyes?
No, that's totally valid.
Actually,
you get this twinkle in your eye when you're angry.
And actually,
can we flip a Destiny to say that no one's told her that before, and she's incredibly flattered?
yes, you can do that.
Wait a minute, Rock's gonna think back to the Deep Dark, and how how Gristle had asked Amaze if she had a mother. So Rock will turn to Gristle and he kind of loudly say, hey, "Isn't she kind of your type? You're into the older motherly types, aren't you, Gristle?"
Ixnay.
Wait, that's your charming.
That's
Wow.
Rock's.
But still, what Oro said did affect her. There is a blush that creeps up her neck and into her cheeks and ears. When you say that, she's trying to stay composed, but it looks like, yeah, you hit a mark there. I'll give you 2 boosts for that.
Alright, so does that mean you want me to roll the check, or do you?
Well, no, I'm
or-
just saying that.
Okay,
if-
because my charm actually sucks. Even though it was a good line, I have 1 green.
Yeah, but Oro's kind of led the way if Gristle wants to kind of go more on that sort of angle to charm his way into those
Oh
files.
god. He doesn't want to, but he's done worse, I guess. Oh man, I think my friend is right. There is something about your gregariousness that is quite captivating to me.
I just like to picture that she's cross-eyed the whole time.
So she's a little bit stunned at the sudden change in angle, but she's listening. So, okay. I mean, so what do you actually say in terms of, you look great now, can I get to the files? Like, what do you actually say?
Oh man.
Perhaps if you give us access and hurry this along, we can move on faster to maybe a date to take you out.
I mean, it's up to you guys. What do you do, Gristle?
I've
It's got to be Gristle's call, I think.
It wouldn't be too much. Yeah. It wouldn't be too much for the lady. It would be very helpful to us if we could have a look at least some of the lists here. I don't know. He's not going to be offering a date or anything like that.
Actually, something we don't do much that would fit well here is he could take on more obligation for his philanderer.
Nope.
Is payment, quote unquote.
Ben kind of nipped that one in the bud right quick.
Yep.
I mean, she's older, but she is actually quite attractive, so...
Grizzle's not in the market at the moment, unfortunately. Or probably ever again.
All right. Well, so are you going to leave your charm kind of at that?
I mean, I guess he did not come here with the intention to mislead anyone, but if that's what we're going with.
No one's asking you to sleep with her. Maybe just take her to dinner or something. Make nice conversation.
I don't want to make it.
Or just leave her a Teddy Ewok later.
Plot twist: the Teddy Ewok is Chim Chim.
Okay. Tell you what. So it's Bristle's
Actually-
lack of. Oh, go ahead.
You know what? Fine. Except I don't know how I would go from being. Oh well.
Listen, Nin'pei's gonna whisper to you and be like, "Listen, just take the date. I'll dart her later, and then you can just wake up and be like, wow, that was so amazing. That was the best date ever,' and then walk away."
You know, I may have come off a bit rough at first, but I think there might be some room for something. When do you get off? Maybe we can.
So
Find a
she
spot.
starts twisting a lock of her hair, and she just says, "How do you know I don't like it rough?" All right. So go ahead, and it will be a 3 red, 1 purple charm check. But you do get 2 boosts from Oro. And yeah, since you're kind of going with a different angle, yeah, you'll get a boost just for yourself. So you get 3 total boosts.
Oh man. Oh my god. Okay. Ooh boy. So does Oro's thing count as like unskilled assistance?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. We'll give it a shot. Good enough.
All right. So, yeah, she says, well, these records are open to the public. So, you know, we do like to keep things on the up and up here. So feel free. And she kind of gives you a sly look as you go by, and you're able to enter into the office, and she talks to some of her underlings. And so, yeah, you can start looking through the files. And she slips you her digits and just says, "Call me later."
We'll see.
All right, so we're going to need a computers check.
Alright. Guess we'll do the same deal as earlier. I'll stim myself and help you out.
Can we get maybe like a boost since we kind of have a bit of a lead with Java, so maybe we can narrow it down to that angle of search.
If that's what you want to do.
If that's what we want to do.
Well, I mean, primarily we want to just see the pattern in this person's betting. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if Java has also placed bets or anyone working with Java, then that might be useful too. But I'm just worried about this one person right now.
Right. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a pretty difficult check. It's going to be a daunting check. Upgrade it once natively, and I will upgrade it again. So 2 reds and 2 purples. Computers.
Would there happen to be any ports on the computer? that I can plug up
Yes.
to?
Would hope so.
Yes.
So you're taking my 5 int. Is this
Okay.
something we really want to happen, everybody?
I'd say so.
I'm guessing so. Alright, take my Touch of Fate, 2 boosts.
Okay. And I'll hook myself up. Now, what's
So while you're hooking yourself up, okay, you are stealthed, but you're still going to need to do like a skullduggery check because it's going to look weird to have this port moving around on its own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So give
is he
me a
like
choose your
invisible?
own difficulty skullduggery check.
Rock can kind of like stand, like keeping an eye on the door, maybe helping to obstruct the view of said port because he is quite large
Yes.
with his long black cape.
Yes. Boost on that check. Okay. I'm going to say that that's going to give the it's going to be 1 setback on the computer's check because you're a little bit nervous while doing this.
Okay. And what was going to be the difficulty for the computers?
2 reds, 2 purples.
Okay.
But you also have Touch of Fate and you have a boost from Rock. So you've got 3 boosts total right now.
Okay. And I'll decrease difficulty with the cyberjack.
Ooh. Okay. So, as you are going through, you get a lot of good information. That's 3 advantages with that success. One thing you notice, one of the biggest losers has been Borga the Hutt.
Interesting.
The second biggest loser has actually been bettors who have been attached to the Corporate Sector Authority. The anonymous bettor, it looks like you have pinpointed several points of access where this individual actually picked up winnings. You have traced this person. However, you're going to need to get into the actual footage. This is just mapping just actual transactions, but now you need to actually access or see if you can access security footage. That's not going to be as hard though.
Okie dokie.
So that is going to just be a hard check, upgraded once, and then I will upgrade it again. So 2 reds and a purple.
I'm still assisting you. Right.
Okay, so you get this image. 1 second.
Slowly squeaking by on this computers.
All right. And there is no name on this on purpose.
Yeah, where's Alra when you need her, right?
Yep.
Did you put the image up, Tommy? Oh,
There it is.
So it is a male human. Looks like he is in his 20s, and you do get matching pictures. And it looks like as you're, oh no, you got a threat, so I can't give you too much information.
Well, what was the location on this?
Image, that's not an image you see on every transaction, but it's the one that repeats the most.
So they're not. It's not necessarily the same person every time. Is what you're trying to say?
Well, what I'm saying is that all the pictures that you actually see that match to a transaction, it's this guy.
Okay.
So there are other transactions, but they don't have an actual security footage mark for them.
Now, what are the locations of these betting terminals? Like, where are they at? Are they all here, or are they like some external location?
There are some external locations because Tallera Downs is pretty big, but it also has a lot of it has special relationships with casinos that are close by. So some of these are actually at an adjacent casino.
Has there been any bets logged? Like, has he placed any bets, or has there been any bets placed where his picture has been corresponded with the bet?
Well, that's what you guys just found out.
Yeah, that's what we just found. Yeah.
Oh no, I mean like within the past like day or so, or even this
Well, that's
day.
what you guys just found. I mean, you
I thought-
literally marked him with all these winning bets. Not all of them, but yeah.
Well, yeah, so he's come to pick them up, but I'm saying like, when was the last time he picked up winnings, and then if he's placed any new bets.
Oh, that you don't know of because it's been anonymous. So
Okay.
yeah, you don't know, but you at least got this because this was the one person that put all winning bets. If you put in a new bet, you don't know if he's going to win because the bet hasn't happened yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was curious if there was like security footage of him making like a bet recently. If they
No,
decided,
not the way that you search for it. In other words, this is all just stuff where this individual won every single time, or at least this individual has won all the times where there is a picture taken of a bettor. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
so in other
like,
words, there is some degree of not of uncertainty, but not a lot. But that is who you see, and there are several bets that were placed in an adjacent casino.
should we check out this casino?
We should.
Also, do we know who runs the casino?
You guys tell me.
Well, wait. Borga said he didn't have any contacts here. Damn.
It could be Jabba the Hutt. I mean,
Could Zivo have a branch of his casino here, maybe? It could be Java. Do we know anyone else that would be friendly to us that would potentially run a casino?
I have an idea.
context list. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, what's the name of the was it Thala the Hutt? No, Thala is Zivo's alter ego. What was the name of the hut that was in love with Zivo?
Krova.
Krova. What if it's her casino? Or what if it's one of hers? Or no, she's kind of low on the totem pole, isn't she?
She is low on the totem pole.
Okay,
This
yeah,
this casino would be some big players.
Yeah. No, let's go to the context list. Let's see.
Yeah. Not all of them have a lot of info on them, but
And also, too, we don't even have to name the casino, but let me switch over to it.
we certainly could name the casino. But
Yeah. I did leave that open to you guys on purpose.
I kind of don't mind it being Jabba's.
yeah,
There he is. I see him. He's right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Jabba?
You see a guy, and very boldly wearing what looks like a rebellion flight suit, but no one would ever. I mean, he must be wearing it ironically.
From the bargain bin.
Oh, also, as we left, that lady doesn't remember anything about Gristle at all.
I You had a way to snake your way out of it.
Oh yeah.
What
That's
was
why-
that? It doesn't even
that
have
was
any
a-
force on it. What was that?
That was Now You See Me from Shadow. Makes people equal to my cunning forget about me
Okay,
and all
well
their
done.
interactions with me. So yeah.
But you'll have dreams, sultry
Yeah.
dreams of Shostakovich, and she won't know why.
That's the only reason why I agreed to do that is because I know I could do that at the end.
Okay.
Otherwise, no way.
So
Ben?
you see lots of gambling going on, and you do see a familiar face.
So he's wearing a rebellion, like an actual rebellion jacket.
No, it looks like one, but when you actually get closer, you can tell it's not. It's just, it looks like, from what you think it's almost like a cheeky snub at the Empire without being close enough to actually get himself thrown into Imperial prison.
It's just a vaguely similar jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is he doing at the moment?
He is playing, I think that's
Dejarik.
Dejarik, yeah. Looking very smug. Looks like he is cleaning house right now.
Rock is very unfamiliar with this game.
It has little holographic pieces that fight each other when you do moves.
Neat.
Yeah.
Rock will
Savage-
just kind of.
Go ahead.
Rock would just kind of like sort of walk up and like kind of watch the table like as it does its stuff with mild fascination, and he'd like glance to each of the players occasionally. Looks more like he's just observing them, like observing the game than anything.
You are going to still need to do a stealth check, but it won't be too hard because there is a really large crowd. It's just
Okay.
you are a big droid, so it's going to
Well,
be
I mean,
an
I was-
average.
I was thinking Rock wouldn't be trying to be stealthy, like he would just be like spectating, like Mr. Mole Man in the back.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
He's like trying to hide his presence would just like kind of try to set these guys off or tip them off, which Rock doesn't want to do. He's curious about the game, but he also wants to get closer to Mr. Orange Jacket Man.
Okay. So let me ask this then.
Okay.
Because he is taking stock of his surroundings. So if you're going to be there, for you to be close enough to listen in, do you know what I mean? So it's not like stealth, but we need some sort of check to represent. And also, this is
Would it
for
be a-
everybody. Like, who's trying to get close enough or closer to this guy?
Would it be a cool check to just appear, just...
I like
calm?
that. Yeah, a
Yeah.
cool check. Yeah, that's better. So
Okay.
let's just make it a hard cool check. It's not really opposed because he's not quite paying attention, but kind of sort of.
Let me just double check my cool. Ah,
Crystal is a good in, right? He might be a good opponent for the guy in Dejarik.
Maybe.
Oh
See
yeah.
if Rock.
Yeah.
And
Just walk over and put a credit down and say that you got next game.
That is an option.
Yeah, like save the table.
So Rock's pretty cool. Like
All
a
right.
cucumber. Space cucumber.
Anyone else trying to get closer, or no one else?
Yeah, I think Nin'pei would try and get on the other side of the mole man.
Okay. So hard cool check.
Oh, he was gonna stealth over. He was just gonna try and blend in.
Okay.
He's
We'll
not
make
really
that.
dropping.
Well, if you're gonna do stealth, it's gonna be a little bit different then. It's gonna be against perception, so it's gonna be 2 reds and 2 purples.
Okay.
Yeah, he got it.
You're fine. All right. Okay, so yeah, he is taking this Athorian to the cleaners. Just how he's able to anticipate, it's just uncanny. I mean, he's just, yeah.
Cheating is what he's doing.
The guy just totally you hear a little Athorian bellow. He just throws his hands up and walks away in disgust. And
That
the
could be
guy's
more
like,
fun.
hey, come on, one more game. And the Thorn's just like, "Marr."
Aiden will nudge Gristle. Like, this could be our in if you wanted to jump
Rock
in.
will go, wow, you really stuck it to that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if no one else steps up immediately, Griff would go and just sit down at the table, not say a
Rock,
word immediately.
Rock says that to him, like that. Rock will just comment that he really stuck it to the Ithorian.
The guy just smiles.
The most awkward movie scene ever, where like everyone just gathered around the guy at the same table.
Yeah. All right, so Gristle sits down, and so he says, "Ah, so up for a game, my good Shistavinin friend?"
Oh no, I just thought this was the bar. Sorry.
He laughs at that. Huh? So do you want to play or not?
Of course.
All right, let's go. So he hits the reset button, and yeah, you guys start to play. And are you doing anything in terms of like what are you looking for as he's playing? In other words,
I mean, I'm not overly concerned with his Dijaric playing skills. I'm more concerned with, like, just, I guess, his overall attitude. I guess sussing out his personality through the way he plays, and then
Just
kind
sizing him up.
okay,
yeah,
yeah,
getting an idea of what he's actually in it for.
got it. Let's
'Cause
do
if
a
he's
perception.
making, yeah, if he's making bank on bets, like he's not here to play for money, basically.
So yeah, let's make it a hard perception check.
Our perception. Okay. Do-do-do. Why not? Yep.
Okay, so you don't see any outward signs of cheating. However, it's like he's anticipating your every move and countering and kind of just overwhelming your defenses in the game. I mean, he's just really, really good. And he seems a little smarmy about it, but not in a mean way, but kind of just, you know, shucks, how can I be so good? Sort of way.
Like, he knows he's good, basically.
Yeah. I wonder. So, I guess Gristlord probably hasn't played too much Dijaric in a while, so he's not really expecting to beat this guy.
Mhm.
What he's going to do as he's playing is he's going to kind of like throw out some moves and make some conversation to occupy, you know, his attention for a bit, and maybe those of you in the crowd can, you know, contribute to that. Maybe bring over drinks or do whatever you can to kind of pull his attention. And then during like a move, he's going to use misdirect to make one of his pieces look like a different one, or switch two of the appearances.
Okay.
To trip this guy up and just see what happens.
I know exactly how I can do this because Rock's just kind of standing there. He could point at like the Savrip or something that looks like Rock has killed in his travels. Be like, oh, I actually fought one of those things, and he just sort of jabs a big black metal finger towards the board, or like onto the board, poking the hologram or something.
Okay, yeah.
I
So
would think that
let's
would
go
draw
ahead and
more
do that
attention.
misdirect check.
Change.
Yeah, that'd be enough.
All right, so you do it, and on the next go, he still beats you. He still picks the right piece. It's like he didn't even notice that it was a different piece. He still moved the right piece. So at this point, how much money did you put in, actually?
How much is he asking for?
I'm going to say that it was... I'll flip a destiny point. It started at 1,000.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so it looks like... Well, sorry, buddy, you're pretty damn good, but just not good enough. And he collects the 1,000 credits and says, "Oh, look at the time. I've got to get going. But hey, maybe I'll see you around." and kind of gives you like a wink and a little like hand pistol.
Got some double lasers going on.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I actually wouldn't mind speaking with you at some point.
As he's getting up, Nin'pei wants to try and slip a surveillance tag on him.
Ooh, okay. So that is going to be against his perception. I'm going to give you 2 boosts because you are stealth, but still, it's kind of like if you're putting something on him, it's still there's a chance that he can tell. So
I have an idea on how Rock could help.
okay.
So Rock like got kind of close and is kind of really engrossed in the game, and so Rock doesn't really quite notice when he gets up. So Rock tries to step out of the way, but ends up like bumping into him.
Mhm.
And so like that contact, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like that contact would be like the perfect moment for Nin'pei to slip the surveillance tracker in, because he's more occupied with Rock than with his surroundings.
Okay, yeah, that's totally valid. So I'll say that that's unskilled assistance, but I'll even give you 2 boosts for that. So it's going to be 3 reds and a purple difficulty for this check.
Okay.
It's pretty
And
perceptive.
I'll use Master of the Shadows to decrease the difficulty.
Okay.
And
And you've got 2 boosts just from being in stealth, so you've got 4 boosts total.
alright, and that's Skullduggery, right?
Oh, that was a lot closer than I thought.
So many of those 1 success victories.
Yeah, yeah. That's great. But yeah, it works. You get it right on him with 3 advantages. I mean, doesn't even notice. And so he walks away. Gristle, do you want to say anything to him? Oh, you said you wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
He actually looks a little... You see just a little look of suspicion across his face, but he kind of masks it and says, "Oh yeah, sure. What about?"
Some sponsorship opportunities.
Sponsorship opportunities for what?
Well, I mean, it's no secret that usually wealthy investors will take talented gamblers under their wings and support them. You seem like just the sort of person I'm looking for.
Oh, beginner's luck. I mean, I've never really played this game a lot, and just yeah, not really interested. But thanks. You can check and see if he's lying.
Sure.
All right. So, what is the difficulty going to be?
It'll be 2 purple, 2 red. And I'll flip for it as well.
All right. So I will flip. So it's 3 reds and a purple.
Yep.
Okay, and you also got your little unrelenting skeptic too. So how many failures does that add?
4.
4. Okay, I'll just go ahead and add those in right now. All right, here goes.
He is an open book.
He is so lying to you, and you also can tell that he's suspicious of you right now and frightened. But he's trying to mask that, but he's like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks, buddy.
So I flipped the 2 despairs. So Gristle basically just sweeps up from the table and kind of like gets beside the guy, and he's like, no, it's fine. It won't take very long. We can talk right now, actually.
And he just says, "Nah, I've got to get going. I've got a friend that I need to go talk to."
Rock will move up to the other side of the guy and go, "Nah, trust me. I work for this guy, and he pays me a lot for bodyguard work. Like, I mean, my job's really cushy, but he pays like top cred." And Rock will put one of his arms around the guy's shoulder and kind of tug him in a little close, like getting kind of chummy.
Okay. All right. So he's going to move away from you and just says, "Hey, look, I don't know you guys, and I don't want to know you. Look, I won the money fair and square. I'm going to go."
No, that's all right. I don't want the money back.
Yeah, okay. So at this point, he starts walking away from you guys. And
I mean, Gristle's just going to keep pace. He's going to pull up his credit stick with like 20,000 on it and be like, "Trust me, it's not an issue."
wouldn't be waving that around this neighborhood.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Well, he's got Rock next to him, so
He's flashing his cash again.
flashing that wad.
So at this point, as he's walking towards the entrance, he makes a break for it and just starts running, like full on.
Rock will burst out after him.
Oh, I got a tracker on him, so he won't get that far.
Nin'pei,
But
second.
Rock doesn't quite know that. Nin'pei is unimaginably stealthy, and Rock is almost entirely oblivious.
Using my magic.
So give me 1 second. I need to grab this token again.
Chase is on.
Oh, yeah.
It will be.
Hopefully Rock will catch this guy. I've got a decent athletics.
You're also really big in a crowded spot, and he's not so big. He's actually kind of short.
I'm also incredibly strong. And
Right. So
a giant charging droid should at least be enough for people to inch out of the way without being trampled.
all right. So before I move to the other board, right on top of his other face, we are going to do a competitive check. It's going to be his coordination versus your athletics.
Cool. So he's rolling against mine.
No, it's a competitive check. So you're
Okay.
both rolling against the crowd. He is short and very agile. He's going to get 2 boosts. You're going to get 2 setbacks because of your size. So it is an average check, and so coordination versus athletics.
Aw, man.
I'm chasing him as well. Could I also put a roll in there?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm going to upgrade. Looks like this guy's a very slippery guy. So here we go. Well, we'll see how slippery. Oh, ignore those.
Yeah.
So it's actually 6 successes.
Yeah.
I can beat him.
All right.
And then Paige is gonna follow the tracker and just like walk.
I beat him with just by advantages, basically.
Okay.
I also got
So
6 successes, just with more advantages.
I mean, he yells, "Hey, this guy's a sore loser. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?" So he's just trying to get away from you guys. And what do you say? He's yelling at security.
So are,
These
are
guys are sore losers.
we still in the casino?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're like running out, and you caught up with him before he got out. So he's yelling at security.
Oh. Well,
I mean, what are you actually doing to him now that you caught up to him?
Yeah, we basically just got him by like the collar of his jacket. So Gristle just pulls him back. He's like, "No, I told you I don't intend to take my money back."
So actually, some guards come over and say, "Hey, what's going on here? What's going on?" And he's saying, "They won't let me go. I just beat this guy and got 1,000 credits, and he and that big droid over there are chasing after me. They won't let me go. I just want to leave." And they turn to you and they say, "Hey, what's the problem here? Why won't you just let him go?"
Well, I'd be happy to, but I asked him to talk, and he just started running.
I told him I didn't want to talk to him. I don't want to know him. I don't know. Just let me go. And so the guards are like, "We don't want any trouble here. You need to let him go." So you can try a social check of some sort, but the guards are just like, why aren't you letting him go?
Okay. Well, I'd be happy to, but he just he won't calm down. You think he's cheating or something with the way he's trying to bolt out of here?
I'm not. What? No. See, I told you they're sore losers. So it's 4 guards, and they're saying, "Hey, let him go." So what do you do?
First, he'll look at the guy. Are you gonna run? He's just gonna ask, "Are you gonna run?"
Yeah. You just chased after me for no reason. Of course I'm going to get away from you. Are you kidding me? I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Let go of me.
I guess he looks at the guards. Why don't I just take him outside?
The guards actually get in your way, and they're just like, "Look, we run a tight ship around here. If he won and you are harassing him, that whoa, what's that in chat?
Whoa.
No?
Sorry, that was something that got messed up.
I think someone just
I
right.
broke
someone pasted an SSL certificate, I think.
So, and they say, look, no funny business here. He wants to go, and for some reason you guys aren't letting him go. That's,
Well,
we haven't seen you around. We've seen him.
This place was owned by Java, right?
Yeah.
And you said he had lost the biggest?
Yeah.
Should we just out him as a suspect in tampering with the races?
How good is Gristle at lying?
He's not bad.
Do you think he could lie to these 4 guards and say, look, we were hired by the owner of the casino to track down cheaters, and we suspect him of cheating and fixing the Ronto races?
Oh, we don't even need to lie for that.
Yeah, that's not even a lie. That's just charm. Just convincing him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I guess we'd look at the guards. Well, this man isn't. The game isn't really the only thing at work here. We have reason to believe that he is the prime suspect in the recent race fixing going on at Tallera Downs. And we wanted to ask a few questions, but he hasn't exactly been cooperative.
So at that point, they're like, what? What?
We have some good evidence, trust me.
So at this point, 2 of the guards grab hold of him, and they're like, we will take it from here.
I'm
You're
afraid
going to have a word with Jabba. And the guy's like, whoa, no. And one of the guards snaps his fingers, and you see several other guards come over, and all he says is one word. He just says, poisonings. And the guys nod, and they're like, okay, we've got this. And the guy's like, whoa, wait, and they actually pick him up, and they march him out of the casino. And he's like, no, I don't know what they're talking about. What? So as he's yelling this, do you want to see if he's lying or not?
Sure.
That might be helpful.
Yeah.
Like, poisoning? What do you think? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he might not, because the Rontos we looked at were bacterial infections, not poisonings.
Yeah, but that's what it looks like is poisoning.
Yeah. I also just had the weirdest sense of deja vu.
All right. So, Gristle, what is your... Oh, I guess I could just look at the old roll. So 3
Not
reds
rock.
and a purple, yeah?
Yeah, it's 2 reds and a purple, because I'm not flipping for this one.
All right. 2 reds and a purple. All right. He's telling the truth. He doesn't know anything about poisoning or race fixing or anything. And so he is shouting and kicking, and these guys are leading him outside. And actually one of the guys says, thank you for the information, and he throws you a credit stick for 500 credits.
Oh, no. Gristle just throws it back. I'm afraid we're not exactly done. We need him for something.
Yeah, you are. We are going to take him to have a talk with one of Java's associates. Your assistance is no longer needed. So at this point, they move him, or they're walking through the plaza with him, and I'll switch you guys over.
Well, we could always, tail him because he has the surveillance tag on him, and, jump the guards when they, turn a blind corner or something.
I don't know if we want to jump Java's guards.
No, we just knock him out. Gristle makes him forget, and then we're all done. We grab the
And
guy.
actually, let me get some guards here. What kind of guards would he have? Let's see.
Gamorrean? No, they're not so intelligent or articulate.
Weequay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or Nikto?
Nikto
Oh, yeah.
and Weequay, yeah. We'll have that. So, let me get these guys on the board.
Oh man, we got Nicto bounty hunters.
Are they lucky Rock doesn't have his axe?
And what appears to be Savak.
Savak, what are you doing here?
And then you look closer and like, oh, sorry. You don't all look the same. I'm sorry, Savak. Okay, so it's a bunch of these guys, and they don't look like they take too kindly to being followed. So, I mean, what are you guys gonna do?
Well,
I mean, I'm for like getting around them and ambushing them, but yeah.
that's what Rock's all about. Well, not so much the ambush. Well, get arounding part, not so much the ambush.
Okay, so
Pummeling
how are you
them.
guys going to get around and/or ambush? They're moving. He's yelling, "Let me go! I didn't do anything!"
See, how far away is this? Is this like a stairwell or is this an entrance to a building?
Entrance to a building.
Oh, damn. How tall are the buildings? Are they scalable?
Flip a destiny point and sure.
All right. Totally see that. So Rock's probably gonna move over to the skulk his way to these bushes, use his climbing gear, and attempt to scale the building to cross over here, and then try to jump on them from here. So if I
Okay.
could-
Hard check upgraded once.
Okay. Hard athletics.
Uh-huh.
Okay. No boost from the. Do I get anything for the climbing gear?
Yeah, I think you get like 2 boosts.
Okay, because it doesn't really mention anything in the actual item description. I just thought I'd ask. All right, so boosh. Rock
Okay.
is Spider Rock.
So as you're going up, I'm going to say because of that triumph, you don't need to do the perception or vigilance check I was going to make you do. And you notice on top of one of the other buildings, pretty far away from you, but on the other side, looking down on this, you see what looks like a little girl with a sniper rifle.
But
And
which rooftop is she on?
Does it look like Emily, or is this someone else?
no, it
Well,
doesn't look
everyone-
like Emily. And you don't see her name, but
Okay.
yeah, and she has got her sniper rifle trained on this group. And she's small. It's only because of your angle. No one else can see her. You can see her, though.
Okay. Rock will get on the comms then and say there's a little girl with a rifle as big as she is on one of these rooftops. I'm assuming this gap that's like between the buildings is too far to jump across.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to get across there and get to her,
Yeah.
there's no way he could do that.
Correct.
But he has another idea. So Rock, if you allow it, is more than happy to kind of like rappel down the side of the building here, like right on top of these guys if he can.
Okay. Sure. Well, that's going to take some time.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you guys doing? So let's
Well,
move you back up.
Yeah, when this
where?
started, Grissom would have told Rock and everyone else, if you just distract the guards, I can handle getting our guy. And he's going to be trailing semi-close, but on the street level, just kind of keeping close by. But he's using a stealth field, so he's just kind of
Oh, okay.
trailing them a bit.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys?
I'm doing the same thing. I'm just gonna walk up to the group.
Okay.
Since Rock told us about the sniper on the comms, I think I'm going to try to get on top of that building. Head towards the sniper.
Okay.
Do you want me to do,
It is
do
going to put
athletics?
you
Sorry.
in view, so you're going to need a stealth check for these guys not to notice you going by.
Okay.
So it's going to be 2 reds and a purple.
They're totally going to see me. It's alright. Okay. Yep. Oh, I still got that. Wow, it's the first time I rolled all night, so I still got that Destiny dice in there. Alright, they saw me.
Hey,
Consider the
What are-
guards distracted.
what are you
That's true.
doing? We already said or no, they didn't talk to you. They're just like, hey boss, someone's trailing us, and they actually stop and they turn around and they all draw their weapons. I'm going to flip a destiny point and say that these guys, they are armed with disruptor pistols. They mean business. Whoa. 2 of them are with disruptor pistols, not all of them.
Nin'pei freaks out like, did my suit just fail?
So I'll just put my hands up and just be like, nothing to see here.
Okay,
just trying to find a bush.
So 2 reds and a purple deception check.
So they all turn to aim their weapons at Oro?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they take their hands off the guy?
Well, no, I mean, some of the guys, he's still being held aloft. These Nikto are strong enough to hold him and point their weapons.
Yikes.
2 reds and a purple deception. Yeah, not my strong suit either. Yeah.
All right, they're going to start opening fire, but
Wait.
now let's go into...
No, I tried to use a mentor point for him. Didn't work.
So let's go into structured time. We need initiative checks.
That's what I keep forgetting to do. Raise Aiden's cool and vigilance.
Oh, man.
Would this
Which
be
one do you
cool or
want? You want
vigilance?
cool?
This
You
would
want
actually be
or
cool. Yeah.
Aw.
Whoa! That's the best possible roll I could have had.
Nice.
Hey, all right. Free maneuver. The 2 advantage are from my threat monitor.
Okay.
Rock is on the roof, Leslie.
Yep. I thought I got up over here, as I said I was going to try to climb up from like this square.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, the exact positioning isn't super important, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, with my free maneuver, I might be able to like get down to there.
All right, so those are my rolls.
Wow. Really weird sense of deja vu going on right now.
Really?
Yeah, really. I don't know. I get deja vu a lot, which is really weird.
That could be a problem, actually.
Oh, could it? Oh.
All right, well, 2 of us go first.
They're multiplying.
Maybe it's just a glitch in the Matrix.
It means they changed something.
Yep. But that whole scene, like with the guards picking him up and stuff, was like verbatim from something somewhere I must have seen or heard or dreamt or something. It was really
Definitely
weird.
not with SotB.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you guys go.
Oh, we do go first?
Oh, yeah, how many of us first?
2.
We have 2 slots.
So if you guys can get the Nikto's hands off the dude, then I can just get him.
Rock might be able to, but
Would it make sense that there could be a coordination check to get on top of one of the buildings, or would it have to be athletics?
Yeah, it would really need to be athletics. I normally
Okay.
let coordination and athletics be interchangeable, but specifically for climbing, it really should be athletics.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you know what? We can say you can use it. It'll just be harder difficulty. So I think I made it a hard check for Rock. It'll be a daunting check if you use coordination. So you're kind of trying to find footholds and, you know...
rather than just
hardcore your way
up. Yeah.
I mean, since they pointed at me and they didn't buy my I surrender, nothing to see here tactic, maybe I just charge them and just be like, all right, you're not buying it. Here, whip out. I guess I have to whip out my knives, right? That's
All right. Yeah, you can. Remember, though, these are Jabba's thugs. I mean, wow, you guys are bold. Bold.
That's why Nin'pei was holding off, because he's like right here, and he's like, I don't is it done kill, or what profession do I have?
All right, but yeah, it sounds like Oro is going. So
No,
yeah,
they're pointing their guns at me. They got nasty ass guns, and they don't seem like they're holding back. I'm not holding back either.
adversary 1, defense 1.
Okay, so I'll use maneuver to draw my weapons, extra maneuver to strain to move towards them, and attack. You said defense 1, adversary 1, right? So that's going to be... Is that... refresh my memory on the adversary. Is that upgrade the purple to a red, or is that add
Yes.
a red?
Upgrade.
Yeah,
Okay,
upgrade.
upgrades. Okay, cool. I'm black for the defense. So 1 purple, 1 red, 1 black against my melee, which is 3 green, 3 yellows, and 2 greens.
Nice.
3 yellows and 3 green, or 2 greens. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
That's probably not cool, by the way. But
Oh yeah, that's the caption before. It's totally not cool.
Okay. I'm going to say that. I mean, that's a despair.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You miss the guy, and you trip and fall into Nin'pei. Nin'pei, your stealth field goes off for a second.
Sorry about that.
But you've got a lot of advantages, though. So what do you want to do with those?
Maybe they see me being such a klutz that I fall, and they're like laughing at me and distracted, and give somebody else a blue.
Aiden can take the boost if you let him go next. He's going to try to shoot the disruptors out of their hands, I think.
Okay.
Because we don't want those being used. At least for one of them. All right,
So yeah,
Aiden-
sure. 3 advantages will send 2 boosts to Aiden. So it's the next and then floating. And then you've got 2 advantages left.
You can get that 2 strain you spent back, or you can do something else with it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take the 2 strain back. I might need that later.
All right.
Okay, so what was their defenses?
Adversary 1, defense 1.
And how far would you say Aiden is from them right now?
You are medium distance. The weak way, if you're trying to, so 1 weak way and 1 Nikto has a disruptor pistol, and the Niktos are tougher.
All right, I think I'm going to take out the disruptor. I'm going to target the disruptor for the Nikto. I think the weak way, the closer one. Yeah.
Okay. Adversary 1, defense 1. Called shot.
Okay. I'm going to spend 2 maneuvers on it.
You have plenty of light side too.
I'm also going to activate unmatched mobility.
Okay.
So I get 3 maneuvers. So I quick draw the one pistol and draw the other one normally, and then I'm going to do the called shot twice. So I'm going to get 1 setback for it, and I'm aiming at his disruptor, which should give me a pool of, and I'll flip for the actual roll. Okay, that looks good to me.
Okay, yeah. Totally knocked that disruptor pistol out of the guy's hand.
All right. I think that's all I can do this round. I don't know what I want to use the advantage for, though. Yeah, I can give the other... No, I can't really do that. I guess I'll pass 2 boosts, and...
If you use all of them, I'll say that it crashes through a window and he can't get back to it. Otherwise, it'll just be a maneuver for someone.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the disruptor pistol is out of play. He quick draws just a regular blaster pistol, heavy blaster pistol. Okay. Who's up next?
One
That'll be
NPC.
these guys. Oh, okay. So, yeah. The guy that you attacked is going to shoot you. He's going to move back, put himself in a short range. What are your defenses ranged? Oro, Steve.
I will say during all this, the nameless guy must be so
Oh, sorry.
confused.
No, I don't have any range. I don't have any defense at all.
Okay. And what'd you say, Aiden?
I was saying the nameless guy must be so confused. We got him arrested and then are proceeding to take him away.
Oh,
from
yeah.
people
He's
arrested.
like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, just wait for the sniper shot to his head, and he'll really be confused.
All right, that is 8 damage and a crit. Go ahead and roll 1d100 plus 10.
Okay, does My soak is actually 8, so
Oh, then it doesn't get through. No,
Yep.
no crit.
Nice.
All right.
I wasn't
So
fully crazy running at these guys.
he is going to pass a boost to the next attack. Or no, he's going to put a setback onto you.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right, next up.
One PC.
Could Rock use that? Because Rock could probably disrupt the next 5 NPCs.
Sure.
So I got a triumph on my initiative, so that gives me a free maneuver, right?
Mhm.
All right, so I'm going to move closer, and Rock is going to begin to run full tilt towards the edge of this building, and he is going to. So how many more maneuvers would it be to be able to leap off the building and on top of these people? The
All right,
Nyctos.
so I would say that you were at medium before you started.
Okay, so
But then
that
it's also a medium distance down. So,
okay, so I'm going to flip for unmatched protection.
okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me double check and see if that works for fall damage.
Well, remember, fall damage, the strain portion doesn't work with soak.
I
shouldn't
know.
have said anything, actually.
Oh, never mind. It says after suffering a hit and determining damage. All right. So.
Oh, you might want to use it
medium
to
is-
protect the guy from the sniper, though.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I will.
You
Yeah,
guys don't know
unfortunately-
who the sniper's going for.
That's true. I don't. But Rock would assume.
At the very least, the sniper is bad for us if it's
Yeah.
aimed at any of us. So
All right. So Rock gets into short with his free maneuver from the initiative. He's going to take his other free maneuver to get to the edge, and he is going to leap off on top of the Nycto.
Okay.
And athletics to negate stuff like that.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a medium distance fall. So,
So
roll
it's
athletics.
any difficulty or no?
I believe it's average.
Yeah, it's base average.
Okay. So I'm going to flip a light side to make that as good as I can.
And GM Assistant, can you pull up the...
Yeah, because medium's pretty bad.
yeah,
I think
medium's
medium.
pretty
I thought
harsh.
medium was like 20 and oh god.
Yeah, it's
Rock
20
might
and 20.
Rock might strain him. Rock's probably going to strain himself out then. Crap.
With the Triumph, I mean, you're going to take some people out, but...
Yeah.
yeah, Dan,
But-
can you double check that?
yes,
it's
I'm
20 and
doing it
20.
right now.
I believe it's 20 damage, but your successes
Reduce the damage.
reduce the
Yeah,
damage.
Then advantages
Yeah.
reduce strain.
So Triumph can reduce the distance fallen by 1 band.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yes,
cool.
yeah.
So you can
Totally
do that.
going to do that.
Yeah.
So it's the 10 strain then. And that's only 3 wounds, and then I would soak all of the damage from the fall then. But I
Okay.
still take 10 strain. So I will change that. But then I'm going to use second wind so that it's only 5.
Okay. Well, so I was
Cool.
going to let you use the Triumph to take some of them out, but now you're just landing, so...
That's fine. They're still
Okay.
not expecting a 6'3" foot tall droid to drop like right on top of them.
That's true. Okay.
And Rock's far more deadly while he's up and active rather than unconscious and taking
Yeah.
2 people out.
It's very true.
Yep.
Although, what does he have on him weapon-wise at this point? Just his fist?
Just his giant fists, but those are enough of a weapon.
Oh, so, Rock, don't forget, you need to take the strain, though.
I did. I would have taken 10 strain, but so I take 10 strain when I land. I use my second wind incidental to heal 5 strain.
Got it. Okay.
And I also have unmatched protection active, so unless they can hit me for 13, 27, they're not getting any damage through.
Okay. And that lasts for the entire encounter?
For 6 rounds from 3 separate targets.
Okay.
Each round.
Alrighty.
Right, so that's me.
I think that's
So-
all of them now.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to flip a destiny point and say that one of the Nyctos has a static pistol. And he
Uh-oh.
sees the droid and is like, oh crap. So he's going to step back, short distance. Well, actually, no, you aren't engaged with that one anyway. So he's just going to aim and shoot.
Do
And
static pistols do that unreducible strain damage?
they do.
Oh, god darn it.
All right, here goes. Yep. All right, so he does static pistol. I think the damage is something really small just on its own, but he is activating the strain portion, so 8 strain is going your way.
8 total?
And do you have any range defense?
I do, actually. I have 1 range defense.
All right.
Does the protection give you more or no?
No, it doesn't.
All right, so 8 strain unresisted by soak
Okay, so that's
from the static pistol.
13. That's 15.
Oof.
And then, Dan, can you look at the static pistol real quick?
I'll have to pull it up.
Oh, wait a
he's
minute.
not going to get. It's not going to get through the soak, so no, don't even worry about that. So that was 2 for that. Then he's got a triumph, and you know what? He's going to do a strain triumph. So,
A strain triumph?
or strain critical, basically.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
just crit plus 10.
Yep.
Well, you can still crit if you get strain through. It's
Yeah,
just
it's up to GM whether
Yeah.
the crit applies or not.
like if it's maimed, it's not going to knock a limb off.
Mhm.
Let me see if I have durable. I think I do. At least 1 rank of it. I might not. I thought I did.
Is
And
he
mark
using
this guy as
disorient as
red.
well, by the way? Because it has disorient. The pistol.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll add disorient for the last bit of advantages.
Nope, no durable, so it'll be a crit plus 10.
All right. So the red guy is static pistol. The blue guy is disruptor pistol.
So that is
55.
slightly dazed. You're disoriented until the end of the encounter.
Okay.
Okay.
So you don't even need to worry about spending the advantage on disoriented.
Yeah, I'll say that the other. I'll add a setback to Rock,
Okay.
and I still go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's literally everyone before the rest of the PCs.
Ooh. Okay. So
The guy with the red has the disruptor, I assume? By the way?
no, the blue guy has the disruptor.
Oh.
Actually, he's going to yell and just say, "We've got it! It must be,
Who's he?
I don't
Sorry.
even know who, just people who are enemies of Jabba. We've got to get this guy away. This is definitely the guy." And so he's just going to run. These two are going to run with him. So they're going to go 2 maneuvers worth. So they're going to go into medium.
Can they drag him 2 maneuvers?
He's
effectively?
really light, and they're super
Okay.
strong.
All right.
Yeah, because it's just based on encumbrance. So as long as he doesn't have a
They're
lot
beefy.
on him.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and I still have, okay, I've got 2 more goes. All right, one of the guys is going to shoot at you, and this one does not have a static pistol.
Hooray! 1 range defense.
All right, it doesn't go through. And the other guy is just like, just leave the droid to me. He's too tough. Just run, just go. And this other guy is going to pay attention to that. I'm just going to run.
Okay.
Get him to the lieutenant, is all they say. All right.
So, Gristle, you want to work some juju here?
I mean, I could, but as long as they're just dragging him around, I can't really do anything.
You don't have, like, move or anything?
I mean, then I would have to like pull him out of their hands, which would be pretty hard.
Wait, could you use misdirect to make them, like, think he disappeared? Like, just, whoop, vanish?
Well, that's what I was gonna do, but I don't know how it would work if they're holding him. I mean, it makes him imperceptible to them, but I don't know how that works. If they stop feeling him or what.
I would think that would include touch. It's a brain sensation they have. For lack of a better way to describe it.
A sensation in the membrane.
Would that work on cybernetics, though?
I mean, it would work on
Well,
them, so whatever is connecting to their brain, it would still work on.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as they're organic, then it works.
But if that works, then I'll do it. But otherwise,
Okay.
we need to
So-
get it out of his hands.
I'm going to say that this is going to be an opposed check, just the whole thing where you can make any force check and opposed check, because they are literally holding on to this guy. It's going to be a little bit more difficult than just roll force die. So it's going to be a discipline versus discipline check on top of the force check.
Okay.
And it's going to be with both because he's got two people that are holding him. So, all right. So these guys are pretty rough and tumble, and they are disciplined. So it's going to be 4 reds for both of them.
You know. For red.
Do you need to get in range as well?
I mean, I'm in range technically, but yeah, I mean, I'm moving up anyway, just to keep following him. And I had a free maneuver from my initiative triumph, so
Okay.
not much to worry about there. And technically, I have 2 maneuvers, so I could just get right up next to him. Essentially, that's what I really want to do, so that's fine. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
And with misdirect, you can use deception against discipline, which is what I did there. Because that's how that works.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to
yeah.
upgrade the second one.
Oh, I have to do it for both of them?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a little silly. Let's do it.
Well, you are misdirecting one. One's not going to be able to perceive him, but it's 2 complete.
Oh, well,
two
that's not
separate
how.
entities.
Well, yeah, but the way misdirect works is that I can use a pip thing to spread it to other people.
Yeah, it's the highest discipline, and then he can use magnitude to.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, roll
Yeah.
magnitude or roll your force pips then.
Yeah, I can cover 6 people, so I cover every single one of the Hutt people, or Jabba people.
Okay. Yeah. They drop him. Or they don't even notice. Well, he's in their hands, but they don't realize that they're carrying him anymore, so they're really confused at the moment.
Yeah, and then Gristle basically just gets a hand around his wrist as soon as he kind of notices and slips away, and then starts to take him like into one of the buildings or whatever. And yeah, but none of the guards know that he's like know where he is basically. So Gristle's just in his stealth field, like holding on to the guy, just like just stay quiet.
Okay.
He's so confused. His head hurts.
All right. Next up.
Who is next? Let's see.
It's the rest of us, so Lee and Nin'pei.
Yeah, as an incidental, Nin'pei is gonna be like, so you acquired the target, so are we disengaging or?
I don't know if Gristle would want to reply right now, but I think that's his idea. Is he just wants to get the guy. So you can do what you want to do, but that's his idea is just to disengage.
And I know that we are at time here. I hope no one has a hard stop. We should be finishing pretty soon, though.
I'm okay.
I'm good.
Yep, I'm all good.
Rock got to
And,
drop him.
I mean, one thing you guys can all see, they look really confused. So
Yeah.
it looks
Yeah.
like, I mean, you would know that Gristle did something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nin'pei is just gonna take a maneuver behind the building and then re-up his stealth, do a stealth check.
Oh yeah, and like while
Or is
yeah,
that
well, sorry. Well, it isn't really a big deal that an invisible man is dragging him because they don't notice that guy at all. You guys can see that like a named dude is being like pulled away by invisible.
He's certainly being dragged.
Yeah.
And okay, you hear him say like, Dell, don't shoot, don't shoot. I kind of think that these guys are friends.
Friends, enemies, who can really tell the difference?
All right, so where do you drag him to?
Just into like an alcove into one of the buildings over here, and then just like, well, this is a library, I guess. Maybe if this is accurate, then we can just pull him into like one of the little computer booths or whatever, and just be like, all right, let's wait for them to pass.
Okay, so you drag him in there, and these guys are like, what the hell, where? He's got a stealth field! And so they're running around trying to find him. And at this point, I'm just going to move you guys all together.
Huddle up, guys.
Rock is going to quietly say, "I really need to stop jumping off of things. It's just so much fun."
Didn't you learn when you fell into the glacier pit?
Obviously not.
You need to get shock-absorbing feet, man.
You know what I need? I need rocket boots. Or gravity feet.
His name is not Slip. Sorry. It is Chance. So I'm going to bring Chance over. But you actually see a tall woman kind of slip out of the shadows. And she just says, "Chance, what did you get yourself into this time?" And he's like,
"Whoa, you looked a lot smaller on the rooftop."
"Oh no, you can see a little girl, a little sniper. She is up on one of the bookshelves.
Oh,
and
okay.
She still has her rifle trained on you guys, but it looks like she's pointing at you, not at him." And he's like, Dell, calm down. Like I said, I think that they're friends.
Rock will give her a friendly wave. Hello.
And she's like, "Look, we don't want any trouble, especially with Jabba's thugs or you, but I will tell you this right now. I've got this place lined with several thermal detonators, so let's talk." And at this point, Chance is like, "Oh my gosh, please, just talk to her. Just talk to her."
There's supposed to be names under her, by the way, and him?
Not under her, but she actually looks vaguely familiar. I need everyone to give me a hard perception or vigilance check. You get 2 boosts if you were in... if you were recently on Cato Nemoidia.
Oh, it was. Helps to roll the difficulty. Yeah, I got it. Cool.
Okay. So people who got it, she looks a lot like Dalen Oberos.
Oh.
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 And so at this point, she just says, "So what did Chance get into?" And Chance is like, "No, let me explain." And she just looks at him, and it's just the look, and he shuts up. And she turns to you all. What did he do?
He's been making a lot of Hutts very angry by, well, now that I'm looking at him, I think he may have just gotten lucky.
He does often get lucky, and you hear Chance say, "Not the way I want."
Well, I have somebody you can talk to about that, actually.
Yeah, I kind of figured that too, Gristle. You think you pondering what I'm pondering?
What? No.
So, I mean, she just says, "So what, tell me what he's done," because trying to get it out of him is just not going to work.
Oh, we don't know if he's
Come on!
necessarily done anything, but we do know he is prime suspect in basically fixing the races. Don't know if it actually happened, but
Fixing the races, and she turns to him. "Are you serious? Fixing the race? No, I didn't fix anything. I've just been placing bets. I've just been placing bets."
It seems he's just unwittingly taken advantage of a run of bad luck in the Ronto racing industry.
So the woman just kind of sighs and just says, "Gosh, well, it looks like your luck ran out with these guys. So what does he owe you?"
us, nothing. But
What?
I'll take my security tagger back.
yeah.
And I'll point at his pocket.
He keeps claiming to not have fixed the races and just placed the bets. So maybe somebody else is fixing them. He's just taking advantage of them. So I mean, can we ask if he's not fixing them? Where's he getting his tips for the winning bets? I mean, it doesn't seem like he's gonna tell us shit.
Sure. Okay, yeah. She says, "Yeah, I like to know as well." And Chance just says, "Nobody. I've just been trying to help with you and Dell, and I mean, come on, I've been making us some extra change. I mean, bounty hunting hasn't been going so well." And she's like, "Will you shut up?" And at that, she turns to you and she says, "Look, looks like we got off on the wrong foot. But Dalestine Oberos, not at your service, but I could be, with a modest fee. And she gives you a big grin.
Does that mean you're a bounty hunter?
I am. Certified.
You don't usually line public libraries with thermal detonators?
What do you have against books?
Yeah. Think of the knowledge.
Well, saw Jabba's thugs with one of my friends and thought I would be negotiating with them. Don't worry.
Oh.
I'll make sure that they're deactivated.
Okay, don't worry. We're much nicer than Jabba's thugs.
That's good. I'm a lot more agreeable. I think the only thing you owe me is a conversation with your friend, brother, acquaintance.
Just a friend. Just a friend. And you see
Ouch.
kind of give this like little mope at that. But he's like, come on! I mean, I don't want to talk to these guys. I think they're bad guys too. Come on, let's just go. Let's just go.
I'm
And she
not
says,
that
no,
bad.
absolutely not.
I think the fact that we risked life and limb to save you from being brutally executed by Jabba's thugs shows that we may not be entirely bad.
She nods at that. I like
And-
these guys.
Nin'pei
Lucky
will-
We were just trying to get to the bottom of a mystery that you seem to be right smack in the center of.
I already told you. I've only been placing bets.
We believe you, but still got to have a chat.
It's not really my concern anymore anyway. I think we've already gotten to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just,
and when you say that, Dalestine just says, so care to enlighten me?
Well, I think it's very obvious that your friend has just gotten lucky. In more ways than one.
How
The thing is,
much has he actually won?
Rock will total up the figures from what we know of that he's collected and just give her the figure. He's got I have no idea, but it's probably an exacerbated.
It's at least this.
uh,
And we show him.
It is over 300,000 credits. And she's like, what? And he's like, oh, that was supposed to be a surprise!
Rock will
Oh
go,
my gosh!
surprise!
You jerks! Gah! She's like, 300,000 credits? How in the world did you get 300,000 credits? And he's like, I just got lucky.
He took advantage of some unfortunate circumstances with some of the Rontos getting sick or breaking a toenail, that kind of stuff. That people thought it was all, that someone was fixing the races. But it seemed like he was just the right guy at the wrong time with the right amount of money.
How is that even possible? How many times did he win? And as you're looking through, he's had a streak of over 20 wins.
Like 20-something.
Rock's a
she-
drone. I think he just gave the exact number, right?
Yeah, sure. Rock will give the exact number. It's like, 23 wins in a row?
Lee would kind of step up and say, "This, he's doing something. No one's that lucky."
He's like, no, I've always just been lucky. Just
Gibble
lucky.
turns back and gives Lee a knowing look.
Rock will
There
as
are
well.
ways to inspire luck.
And she's like, such as?
Some
First, people on board with extra
do
luck.
a sense check. Can he at all detect if this guy may be force sensitive? Is that possible?
He is force sensitive.
Bingo. That's exactly what Rock's thinking.
Your
We
friends
don't
had
want
some
to
help.
broadcast it, though.
No, God,
friends-
no.
Your friends had some help, but not from any person.
And at that, Dell yells over, and she just says, told you, Mom, he's force sensitive. And you see this look past Dalestine's face. And she just nods. She was like, yeah. Yeah. And he's like, what? Me? Force sensitive? No. Come on. No way. No. And Dalestine's just like, it's fine.
Rock
We'll
wants
have a separate conversation.
Rock would just sort of pipe up when he says no. He's like, well, did you have any dreams recently about being at the track and seeing, just happening to see which Rontos would win?
No. I just...
Can you
No.
just
No,
lie?
I'm not force sensitive.
Can
God, no. No, I'm not force sensitive. There's no way. There's no way.
Can Gristle
It's not-
gauge
How do-
Dalestine's reaction, like whether it's positive or negative?
Yeah.
How about you yell Force sensitive out a little bit louder?
Yeah. It's going to be a perception check, and it is going to be against her. Actually, her cool. So it'll be 4 reds, and I'll flip. Oops, wrong one.
Okay. Oh wow, that's not more than I expected.
Okay. Definitely a negative reaction, but with that many successes, I'll just say, but not a murderously negative reaction. But it's
Alright.
definitely a negative.
So she's not necessarily a fan, but it could just be for the complications it brings.
Well, also,
Yeah.
you guys know her name. Last
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Or whatever history's there.
Rock would kind of like to try to calm him down and say it's not all that bad. You just kind of gotta be more mindful about your managing your luck. And as Rock will put up two big air quotes around luck. But if you, well, I don't know.
He's like, look, I'm not force sensitive. I just got lucky, but can we go? And Dalastine just says, well, you know what? We have been saving up for that new ship. Why don't we just make one last bet? And she actually looks to you guys as well. And let me move things over.
Okay. Rock might slip Chance his personal communicate his personal line. Say if you ever need help or someone to talk to, and you don't feel like you can really turn to anyone else. I kind of know what it's like being around other really lucky people. So if you ever need to talk or you need help out of a jam, just give me a call.
So he's looking at you, and he's kind of using eyes towards Dalastine, and he's like, I'm not force sensitive.
I know, that's totally fine. Then if you're ever stuck in a sticky jam, just don't hesitate to give me a call. I'll see what I can do.
All right. So you guys do have a chance for one last score, though. And Dalastine says, well, hey, 300,000 credits. You've already taken care of Jabba's guys, temporarily at least. Let's get one last big score and then get the hell off this planet.
Sounds good.
But she's saying that you guys can jump in if you want.
Yeah, Rock's gonna jump in. He wants to see who Chance is thinking on, or whose Chance is betting on.
Yeah, Aiden's perfectly willing to go with Chance's
Recommendation.
Okay. Who wants? Oh, I'll bring your tokens over. So. Oops.
So, how much are they planning on betting?
300,000.
Well, you can see the odds, but I mean, yeah, they're gonna try to bet big, but
Well, are they betting all of it?
they're figuring that out. Actually, it's up to you. I mean, they're talking to you guys. Dalastine's gonna say, "Do you really think that he can make a 24th?"
I'm throwing in 7,000 credits.
I think he can, but I also think he should probably be a little conservative. Given
the attention drawn
given
to
his
him.
tendencies, you're going to need as much of this as you can get. I'd advise moving often and staying out of the way as much as you can.
And steer clear of any Imperial entanglements.
Keeping your heads down, nose clean, all that. Rock will throw 7K at this as well.
Actually, who is he voting? Or who is he?
7K sounds like a good amount for Aiden as well.
Yeah, who's he leaning towards?
That is actually to be determined. He's gonna think about it, but I need to grab your tokens. Sorry about that. Oh, where? Oh, there you guys are.
I'm actually gonna go with the Statesman, regardless of what he says.
Okay. All right. So If you are going to cheat and use chances powers, move your tokens up the top. If you're going to make your own bet, then just leave your token.
Aiden sees no practical reason not to use these powers for good,
Yeah,
or for the good of his wallet.
for
For
profit.
the good of his wallet.
For good and profit.
And Nin'pei is broke and makes bad decisions, so he'll stay put.
He's just like, no, the statesman.
Or doesn't think there's much sport in cheating, so he's gonna
Hey.
the old-fashioned way.
I'm just saying, the last time Nin'pei went against everybody, he won a stuffed rancor, so...
That's true.
Oh,
who
we
is,
forgot that whole fish and golf. Oh well.
Who is chance voting or betting on?
Well, he's still trying to. He's still like looking at these things. So you guys don't know yet. In other words, you have to make that decision before he even says anything.
Come on, True Grit.
I'm going for True Grit. I'm going for True Grit.
I'm on Statesman.
Okay.
Hmm.
He just likes
Old-fashioned
to
way or using powers?
Old-fashioned way for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for True Grit as well. Just on that. Why not?
Okay. And put in chat how many credits you are spending on this. Okay, and what's the GM roll function of Roll20 again?
Oh, /GM roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rock's dumping every credit he has.
Yes. Me and you are, like, everyone else is using percentages.
Every
of
credit.
And we have, like, every credit.
7,074.
GM roll. Alright, here goes. You guys did not see that, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so I do know who the winner is, but it looks like, especially with his nervousness and everything, he's going to have 2. So, okay, and I need to look at my chart here real quick. So, okay. And the other one was... Okay, so, Dan, roll me 1d2.
Okay.
Okay, so he tells you guys, blur. It's got to be blur.
All right. Rock goes with
Kale
Blur.
Okay, and you guys already put your amounts in and everything?
Yep.
Okay, so it turns out that the first roll is the actual roll, and Socorro wins the race.
Ah,
Oh, no winners.
And he's like, what? No, no. Oh, come on. That would have been my 24th. What? So, yeah, I rolled a 60 and then a 42, and the D2 was the second one. So it was the first one that would win. So you guys had a much higher chance than the 1/6, though. You had a 50% chance to get the right one. But yeah,
well, Rock is broke now.
that's high stakes. But he's like, I told you I wasn't force sensitive. Come on.
Force sensitive
Well,
doesn't
I'm
mean
afraid that's not proof. Even your predictions may be somewhat incorrect every now and then.
always in motion the future.
That's not to follow them to the T all the time.
But 23 times. Oh, we have to figure out how much they actually bet.
Yeah. Oh God.
Well, Gristle advised them to bet very conservatively, so probably, less than 100,000.
So maybe 80,000? Actually,
my
I'll
God.
let you
I was
determine the
thinking,
amount.
I was thinking like 50. Yeah, can we spend a destiny point?
15? Okay.
Yeah.
50's fine.
Yeah.
All right. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, Dallas-Jean's just shaking her head. Oh, I wanted to bet it all. Oh, thank goodness. So, at that, she's like, look, you guys just saved me so much. So she's actually going to cut into the funds, and Chance is like, no, what are you doing? No, I won that for you, Dalastine. And so she's going to kick in 2,000 credits for all of you guys. So
Aiden's only out 5. That's not bad.
Okay.
I mean, Gristle's just going to give it back.
Oh, thank you.
Just make sure you don't get caught. Do your best to not cast any judgments or aspersions on him for the way he is.
Well, we did break the winning streak there, so at least that'll help. But
If he ever comes across any difficulties and needs to speak to someone with experience, you can call me.
And I'm just saying, he's gonna.
Oh, are
stop.
you going to give her your contact information?
Yep.
Rock gave Chance his, and Rock will refuse the money too. He's like, no, that's part of the fun of gambling.
Okay. All right. So with that, she says farewell. Her daughter just kind of waves, holding her big sniper rifle.
Is she
And
waving
then-
with the sniper rifle?
Yeah, she's waving with the sniper rifle. And you just see Dalastine, who, even without the heels, is already taller than Chance, and she just kind of cuffs him on the back of the head. It's like, what am I going to do with you? And they walk off into the distance, and we come to the end of Fortune Favors the Bold. May the 4th be with you, everyone.
Oh, Rock never got to pet a Ronto. Oh.
Yeah, you scared him away with those 3 threats. Sorry. But maybe next time, because this is the lead-in to Ronto Pronto, which I will be doing shortly.
Woohoo!
That's been on the list for a long time.
Yeah, it has been. Yep. Okay, so let's talk about XP. Since we're nearing 3 hours, I'm going to just put this at our standard XP base, so 15 XP. I'll say plus 1 XP for finding the transmitter. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys. So yeah, there was a lot of industrial espionage, but it was just surveillance. It's just that Chance was able to capitalize on all these unrelated events that everyone was thinking was actual race fixing, but it was not. All right, so plus 1 for finding the transmitter. I'll say plus 1 for putting Xandra and Zach's minds at ease with the poisonings. So plus 1 for that. They were not actually poisoned. Let's see. Plus 1 for getting complete access over the computer system or the data matching up with him. I'll also say I'm going to give you guys plus 2 for the expert way that you handled Jabba's thugs.
Not going on a murderous rampage.
Yeah.
You don't need to kill him.
Yeah, you guys didn't actually
I tried
kill
killing him,
him.
I just failed.
I was going to give you guys group obligation, but since no one actually died and they're kind of embarrassed, they're not going to say anything. They're not going to say, oh, we found someone, oh, we lost him. Nope, they're shutting up and saying, no, it was a false lead, don't worry about it. So,
Especially because he just kind of vanished as far as they were concerned.
If they said that, their asses would be in a grave.
You know the one Nick with the disruptor is like, no, I disintegrated him. I'm totally taking credit.
Oh man, I forgot about Biff and Boff Broly. Yeah, when you guys get obligations, you have to remind me because there's so much stuff going on, and I would have added them to that encounter. Actually, I just forgot.
It would have been perfect if they challenged Nin'pei to double or nothing bets for the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
variant.
All right. You know what? Actually, I'm going to throw them in there. Nin'pei is going to see them walking by, and I'm going to roll 1d100 to see if they won. So let's see if they actually just on
Socorro.
Socorro. So Socorro is number 3. Ah, no, they bet on Blur. So, yeah. Nin'pei sees them in the distance, just mumbling, but they didn't lose too much. Okay, so I've got us at 20.
Yep.
And I'll say, give me another moment, and I'll think about it.
I mean, Gristle charming the skirt off of that lady.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was part of just getting the access to
Okay.
the system. So.
Yeah.
I think they covered most of it.
Yeah, I think it did.
Okay. All right. We will cap it then at 20, and let's talk about MERP and MVP. So most interesting role player nominations.
I'd like
I
to
vote Rock
nominate.
for all his curiosity throughout the session.
Yeah, also my fixation with the Rontos and
Yes.
wanting
Yeah.
to try to pet one, and all everything with that.
Okay. Sounds good. Any other nominations?
No, I'll go with. I
All
don't know.
right.
I really, I'll put up Ben because I really like the Gristle not wanting to charm.
The most reluctant seduction ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
So
only
we've
did it
got,
because he could erase his presence from her mind.
Yep.
so we've got Rock and Gristle. So put in your votes. And Steve, just type them in.
And they're coming around the corner. And it's Rock. And Gristle comes up. And he's coming on the lead. And the Rock cuts it. And Gristle.
All right, we're missing some votes.
I think
Down to Leslie, I think.
All right, it's a tie. Let's
Does
just do
Will
a
get a
roll
vote?
off. High is bad.
Does Will get the tiebreaker vote?
Oh man, that was
Oh, that was closer than I thought it would be.
Congratulations, Gristle, on most interesting role player.
And it was a
Let's-
photo finish. At the end.
Yeah.
Gristle
Let's
by a
go to-
hair.
MVP. Who moved the story the most? Who contributed in terms of locking stuff
Nin'pei
down?
with his barely skin in the teeth computer rolls.
Oh yeah.
Other than recognizing the lady, I passed every single roll this whole game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was gonna nominate Ben for getting us access to the terminal with the charm and then the Master of Shadows to erase himself from her mind,
That was the big one.
and the misdirect as well at the very end to free chance.
The misdirect was crucial too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we've got Nin'pei and Gristle.
I'd also, well, I already threw my hat in the ring, so I'm not gonna bother, but because no one else stepped up to get us onto the ranch.